So where we left off, people were being assaultimated. And here's some music.
Oh,
And
música.
let's hope the internet holds out. Believe it was Ivy's turn to do a thing. If I remember correctly,
Yes,
that is.
Ameko did her zap. She did. Let's see. It was 22 damage.
Alright.
Wait, I forgot to double that. So 44 damage.
And then it was gonna be Satsu next?
Yes.
Unless the thing that jumped out was going first.
No, I think it was after y'all. I mean, it might if you keep talking to it.
No, I was not going to be talking to it.
Okay.
So I was going to start by spending 20 experience
Okay.
to do a flurry.
No, yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
guess
even
I
bother
should-
bringing up the prepared action.
I guess I should see how many rerolls I get. 2.
Okay.
So I get 4 attacks, and then I'm going to use a tenacity to turn that into 16 attacks.
Oh wow, you got an 8 on that, huh?
12.
Or a 12, yeah.
Like, yeah, it landed on 12. I can take a picture if you want.
No, that's fine.
And I finally actually sat down and figured out how all my bonuses, my AT totals factor in.
Uh-huh.
So that is, it's no more guessing and having to recalculate it. It's all right there. So for this, like I said, I'm pretty pissed because, you know, they're interrupting me and I just fucking gave birth and I'm frustrated and so next up will be the Wild Fury aspect of this, and then I'll figure all the damage out. Which that is
Are you
a.
sure you want to leave yourself with vulnerability?
What do you mean a vulnerability?
Which one is the one that lets you? I know it's a rage stat. Which skill has synthesis with a rage that lets you activate it and you can at will?
Adrenaline rush.
Let me double
Is that
check.
adrenaline rush?
I'm just gonna
It's not
double check
Wild
it because I
Flurry is-
remember one
I-
of the rage skills does make
It's
you
not Wild
vulnerable.
Fury, right?
Wild Fury is
Yeah,
multiply your
rage
attack
makes you
bonus
vulnerable.
by 1 to 4.
Yeah, that's. I'm thinking of one though. It goes. It's. I know what rage is. What makes you vulnerable in exchange for damage. So there's one that It's not Wild Fury now that I know, but I always get Wild Fury and it mixed up where you can choose when to go into rage.
That would be Unrelenting Attacker that lets you rage at will.
Thank you. I always get those mixed up.
Okay, well, I rolled a 1, so I'm going to re-roll that into a 1. But I will be using a second tenacity on this as well to multiply it. Ooh, that's 11.
Alright, so you're
So-
gonna take 11 damage.
I thought it was only on the same roll, or is it during the
Using
same turn?
More than one tenacity on your turn.
Okay, it's per turn. I'm fine with that. So, since it's, I believe it's added, so that makes it a times 12 multiplier. So we're gonna times 12 goes that, and
Yeah,
my
I remember right. It is added.
and then my claw attack bonus is 47 per attack.
Alright.
So times 47. That's before I even start rolling damage. I'm at over 9,000 damage.
Mm-hmm. Question for person running the character: are they crouched?
They're grappled.
Okay, they are grappled. Then they would not get environment defense bonuses.
Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna have to. I'll just write this
Oops.
here. I'm gonna start rolling these 16 die. 2,
you're figuring that out, Philin, what kind of armor is he
Hello?
wearing?
Hello?
Plus.
Am I back? Hola?
Yeah, you're back.
Hola.
You're back.
Okay.
¿Cómo
I didn't
estás?
hear a fucking thing.
It's
I
okay.
heard nothing. I just heard him and just Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
It's alright. We're
Dopo arigato.
just figuring out how much damage that's doing with this singular attack.
I'm
Three
not
of
gonna
these
bother to bring
crit,
up
by
the
the way.
prepared action because their prepared action was literally just flashbang.
So I'm adding a whopping 81 damage to that, so grand total of 9,105 damage. And it is now Satsu is a true blender.
That's a lot of burst
And just hear
damage.
chainsaw noises.
Yeah. Instead of the sound of a single stroke engine, it's just rare.
And I imagine blood and guts would fly everywhere.
Well, if you start doing life point damage, it will. They still have a HP pool and armor to get through first.
But yeah, that's my total damage is 9,105.
All right. Any damage types for that to keep track of?
Slashing. It's claws.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably slashing.
All right. Milan, how's our poor pin cushion?
I'm not gonna
hold up?
bother. They'll be mad if they get stopped either way. They'll be dead.
All right.
I wonder if you could outslash the Jogoromo though, because they can do over 30 attacks with their legs.
You mean the one that's currently holding Tetsuya?
You think they're not afraid to rip you in fucking half?
Oh no.
A fucking spider. You're a snack. Okay, not every fucking spider you come across is as nice as Selene that's like, you're greedy.
I mean, Selene wasn't very nice at the beginning either.
You know what? Fucking, you deserve to get stabbed. There, I said it.
Minus 11. Okay.
Alrighty then.
All right.
But yeah, if it does just get eviscerated, I will slowly turn and say, anybody else want to push their luck?
Ah. So the Jogoromo's turn will just let Tatsuya go, and they're going to blow on a sharp whistle.
Ow.
That's their action. They blew on a whistle. It did nothing.
All right.
Eh?
But nothing that the party is aware of. Wasn't there one more enemy in here somewhere?
It phase
The one that's
into the
currently being
floor.
electrocuted just.
Oh yeah,
Amiko just tased.
that's right. I think it
Oh, yeah?
is Amako's turn.
Fire! No one's
Oh
their
wait,
turn
no,
after they get that.
Amiko already did their thing. That's her fault.
Yeah,
Someone's that-
Amiko was basically last in the order.
Yeah.
Tetsuya is not able to do much. Well,
You
he's not
got
gonna be
dropped. You can
doing
do
much
something
anyway.
after the little
Yeah.
thing that got zapped or responded to Amako by setting them on fire by grabbing them. It's a lamp spirit. What do you expect to happen?
Okay, so how much damage is Amiko going to take?
It will take. I'm assuming this will just do damage. Do we do like Amako's lightning ignores armor? But that's because yeah, you know I don't care. Just track from it with what you will.
So-
They did 52, but if you got armor, it'll probably take away from it. I don't know. I don't got time or the care for the semantics of spirit fire.
It's
Um,
not semantics.
only one I know that-
Statuses go through armor.
Okay, so
The only one I know
let's see,
for- Oh, there you go.
she wouldn't be able to roll a combat defense for that, would she?
You've made.
Since it's trying to grab her, wouldn't it be like a grapple check or something?
No. We're not doing that.
No? Okay.
They don't get to grab and zap them and not get grabbed and burned back. That's not how this works.
Okay. I'm just...
Okay, so she doesn't really get any defense on that.
You've both done some. You set them on lightning. They set you on fire.
So
Your
let's
hat
see.
there.
She's got what natural? She has 3 natural defense, so I guess that would decrease it by
NDE
3.
can't be unless specifically stated otherwise. NDE can't be negated.
Okay. Well, okay.
And then it's really convoluted to negate NDE. It's only like
Okay, so that
There's
brings
only
like
Omiko
two
down to
ways to do it. Yeah.
4 HP.
that's the reason Oni are so dangerous. They can negate NDE because they burn your soul. Shinigami can literally rip your soul out, so they can hurt you. Fucking gods can smite you, so it doesn't really matter at that point.
There's that one yokai that can rip your skin off.
And there's one to pull your soul out your ass. Hands really focused on pulling the soul out of orifices.
All right.
There's a
Where are
giant
her
skeleton that will punch you to death. But you can't. The giant invisible skeleton that will punch you to death. And you just got like Kappa that'll just straight up fucking drown you. At least they're honest.
Oh yeah, what's that giant skeleton called? It
Oh,
it
I
had
don't
some kind of
remember.
actually funny name.
Yeah, it does. It's got a real funny name. But it's terrifying because you can't see the goddamn thing.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so Tetsuya is, I don't know, gonna try and
Free
get
to
up,
do
or
what
you
he
just
wishes.
stay on the
Oh,
floor?
well,
or-
Tetsuya's
Wanna
going
lay
to
there?
Tetsuya's gonna
Floors are comfy.
get up and kind of get a little distance between them and the Jirogumo, but at the same time not getting in the way of either Amiko or Satsu.
Okay, so attack action to disengage. Use your movement to move away.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
Okay. Yeah. Dice bag to me.
old man noises.
Alright, gotta roll for the effects of the whistle.
And that's a D100 first bed.
Yeah.
What's 98.
Alright, I got 90 divided by 4. Oh, nope, my brain stopped.
Huh. Take that, bitch.
I think that's 30 feet.
90
That
divided by
point.
4 is 22.5.
Okay. So yeah,
Give me your word.
that's how much your speed is reduced
By 30? Or
by 25.
okay. Let's see. So down to 73. Yeah. Like, he's not gonna leave the building, he's just gonna get away from the Jirogumo.
So, question: he's not between Amiko and the exit, is he?
No.
They are trying to be out of.
Yeah.
What level were the fish, by the way? Like, that gave you such a hard time.
Fish.
7, I think.
Somewhere around there.
I just...
They're
Why
monsters, dude.
fish?
There was.
Tatsu likes fish.
Tatsu likes fish. They were
Fair
hungry.
enough. Fair enough.
There was like, what, 8 of them or something?
I don't remember exactly how many at this point.
And another question: there are 2 enemies, right? Is there anything between them?
I think you are.
Okay, well, that's not gonna last very long. Amiko's got a plan. The Amiko is basically like, hey, I'm in danger.
I can feel my calves on fire down here.
You said that they set Amiko on fire, so at the end of Amiko's turn, they're going to take.
The last 2 turns, you're safe, mostly.
Oh, wait, so it's 2 stacks?
2 stacks.
Okay.
But it's not repeating damage, thankfully.
Yeah, I status fire.
And remember, Amiko is a glass cannon.
Yes. Okay, so that's 1d4 plus. That's gonna be 6 damage.
And that's going to come at the end of her turn?
End of the turn.
Okay, because that's gonna send her away. She's only got 4 hit points left.
Oh no.
It's like her max hit points is 53. And she just took a hit of like 48. So, or not 48, like 49 or so. Anyway. So, is it up to Amiko now, or is there more going on first?
It's Amiko's turn.
Well, Amiko knows that she's in trouble, so she's gonna do a little bit of upcasting to do some damage here.
All right.
Let me scroll a little bit and find out how many things she can cast.
Reminder that if she needs it, she can ask Satsu for a health potion.
You got a point.
Probably also
excellent.
multicast with Natsu if they hit.
Okay. So what page is level bullshit on, like, that is relevant information for making sure I'm not missing, like, level disparity or any stuff that comes with it?
For NPCs, like mobile level.
Yes.
It starts
Like,
on
yeah, well, their
61.
level slash.
It's
Hey.
3 pages long. It's pretty hard to skip if you're scrolling. About 3/4 of the way down.
Okay. Oh, a lot of this is blanked out here.
I'm just planning my spells out here real quick. So Amika is going to. First of all, she's going to take a moment to go. Do you have a health potion?
Yes. Can I give it to her now or no?
You can give it to her on your turn. It's considered to have happened at the same time as their turn.
Right. Okay.
So you'll be doing a piece of your turn before it gets.
Then yes, I would give her one.
Okay, so she is going to start by taking that health potion.
And it restores 65 HP.
Okay, so that one's gonna fill her up to full.
Oh yeah, it's one of the old ones.
Yeah, I still have a stock of these, man.
Yeah, the really good ones from that one dungeon.
Let's see. So that will fill her up. That's good. So that's one of her actions.
And now you can move.
So, she has a spell that lets her move. She wouldn't be able to do that. She only has movement as an option now, or is this the? I guess this is the you get to move and you get to act method, isn't it?
So this is the raw campaign. So it's action and then movement in that order to keep things balanced. If you
Okay,
have
so
a
she's
spell,
not able to cast any spells or anything.
you would not be able to cast a spell because you used your action to recover. If you have a spell that moves your character, that does not count as your movement action.
Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. All right, so is she grappled at this point?
Hell yeah. Go. No, they are not grappled. You were just touched and burned.
Okay, so she touched and zapped, and then they touched and burned.
Touch attacks.
The funny thing is, she didn't actually cast any spells. That damage was basically contact damage.
Pretty much, just thorns.
Yeah, that's her natural thorns. All right, so in that case, if it is clear, she is going to attempt to run back away from the door to the other end of the room in kind of a straight line in
Alright,
preparation for something else.
we're heading towards the door.
Well, she's going away from the door. Is basically she was in the door at the moment. Then she's backing up a bit.
Okay, so you're backing up
Was
now.
armor defense count as
What?
ADE or armor? Is it tracked as CDE or DE?
Armor would be ADE. It's its own classification because weapon.
Alright, I just want to make sure I had it correct. Thank you.
Something like scales would be SDE. Something like really thick hide, like blubber, and
Yeah, there's SDE was shield DE, I thought.
yes,
Yeah,
SDE is anything that's like equipped, and it usually pulled off like hair, for instance.
Goddamn Bayonetta.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Ivy, your movement is only reduced by like 5.
okay, so let's find out. Where? There it is. I was like, I knew I had a speed stat on her. All right, so her movement. Well, okay. So she got an 84 plus 7 is going to be total of 91, but I don't think there's that much room in the room.
Don't have to move the full distance, that's just how quick you're going.
I guess that doesn't. Well, you already rolled for the environment, didn't you? That was the 5, right?
Yeah. Because it's a relatively clear, flat plane, I'm just doing the divide by thing to make it worse.
Oh, that's good. Well, she is basically moving into the room away from the door
Right.
Okay.
so that she basically has a straight line to the door and out the door in preparation for her next move.
Now it's Satsu's turn. They use their action to take a health potion out of their inventory and toss it over there. Satsu, you have a movement.
And I'm assuming that Amako does not want me by the door.
She does not want any allies between her and outside. Because bad things are going to happen.
And I know the whistle happened, which hurt my ears quite a bit.
Yeah, Amika was not a fan of that.
So I'm just gonna prepare an action that if something comes for me, I'm going to punch it in the face.
Oh, yay! I get to test your reaction speed.
Oh no.
Alright. Using your movement to prepare an action. I believe
I
it's
just did.
Dylan.
Okay. Jokoromo would like to reunite with their friend, even if it means having to stab someone. Are they gonna have to stab someone to reunite with their friend?
I don't think so. There isn't anything between them, is there?
I don't know.
I think
I was
Satsu's still
somewhere.
standing over the bloody pile of bone.
No, the fiery one that
Yes,
Fire.
reunite with the
Eh.
random pieces of guts flown around the room.
The one that is having a touching contest with Amiko.
I'm
She's
not
a-
touching you. I'm not touching you.
Are they touching
Okay.
tips?
well,
I believe Amiko did get out of the way of that thing.
yes, double
Just
jointed
basically
spider
went
legs. That's what I
to the
wanted in my
opposite
fucking
side
life
from the
today.
door.
Fucking love that movie.
Ginju.
Yeah. It's great, really.
Which one?
Fucking role models.
Oh.
That's what that gift's from. Kiss my auntie. Anyways, okay, Jogoromo has double jointed spider legs, by the way. I don't like that idea.
I'm not a fan. The only thing that would make it worse
I'm
is
not
if they were triple jointed.
God, please no. No. Why,
Just
God?
bend sideways. You're like, it's not. That's not right.
That's not right. Oh
No!
god.
That's Carell meme from The Office. No!
Oh god, does it bend the other way too? No, just that way on that side. Why?
It's not supposed to bend at all. Alright, let's see. Goromo's action is they're not moving. They are slowly circling, so technically they're moving, not attacking, because their attack was used for a preparatory item. Don't know what the preparation is, but they prepared.
The
It was a
preparation H?
preparation H.
There's just a question mark over that. Just, they prepared something. Alright. Next thing, go. Happen.
Little fire guy, him is going to be perfectly fine. I mean, he's going to try and roll away. Just, roll towards the spider.
He just face planted so hard when he tried to catch Amiko that he's still on the floor.
Yeah, plus it's been safe down here.
Just using that grotesque tongue to roll towards the spider.
Oh, yeah. Safer over here with you. And that's pretty much their turn, is reuniting. Reunite and heal. I fucking electrocuted, hurted. That shit hurted.
That was basically a level 0 right there.
I mean, it's a passive, essentially.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call it a level 0.
It's basically a dice roll below a level 1. So.
You could probably amp it up. Anyway, he's probably shouldn't give you any ideas.
Well, Amiko can definitely amp that up. There's a number of things she can amp way up. Pun not intended.
Or would it be volt way up? Haha.
Okay.
Hee
So start of the next turn. Can I get a passive perception from everyone within 6 feet of the door?
How big is the room? Because Amiko went to the opposite side.
That's
It is
only
a
maybe
forge. It's sizable. Not huge, but not small.
probably like
Okay.
a I don't know, like a 20 or 30 foot. You know, big and it's not Not big enough that it won't turn into a furnace, but big enough that you can safely swing your hammer.
Yeah,
I don't know, I
Your
feel like I
sword,
might
whatever
be
you want.
close to the door. I just don't know if I'm that close.
you are not.
We'll
I
go
was
ahead and
probably,
just leave it up.
I was by the cupboard that fucking
Yeah.
swung open.
And you said that
Okay.
Amiko would have taken 6 burn damage at the end of her previous turn, right?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I had the right number. Where is that? There it is. So that's
Boy, I sure hope nobody screams about a very specific portion of the rules that I'm scrolling right now.
Oh no, what would ever happen with the shit? Hold on, no. Wait. I was gonna be a smartass.
I hope so.
You know what? Comments rescinded. I can't even make them if I don't got them in my brain.
Oh god, it's spreading.
Oh no. The dipshittery. It grows stronger with every day.
The candy cane brain expands.
I knew.
Okay, so
Singular brain cell grows inside.
Ivy, on this round, you're gonna take 6 plus. Okay. I'm gonna roll 3 twice then. So you're gonna take 9 points of hot damage as the second stack of burning goes off and finally dissipates.
okay. So let's see. Amiko sheet.
Yeah.
So let's see. That is going to be. Makes it 9. All right. Okay, so that stack is good. All right.
So that stack is ready to go off if nobody does anything about your on fire situation.
Well, I suppose she could attempt to pat it out. Could she do that and speak at the same time? I'm pretty sure she could, but
Well, yeah, speaking is a free action, but you only get 6 seconds.
so basically, while she's patting her leg to put it out, she's gonna ask, "What do you guys want?"
Fair enough. Give me a dexterity roll.
All right. Tab over to the right thing. Oh, that's very nice, Amiko. You're getting back into my rolls here. So that's 23 plus, what was it, a 7? Yeah, 7. So that's 30. Do I have I do have tenacity, so I think I will use one of those also because that's not a very impressive number. Alright. This need a dice roller for a D12. Not that. One of those. And another 7. Okay, so that's a grand total of 37.
Alright. You're not making a whole lot of progress on it, but you manage to stamp it out, sort of. It's still going to do the damage, but it feels like you're the reason it stopped.
It's like, okay, but yeah.
I love this. Camp. Okay, we're good.
So, okay, so it did the damage. She put it out. It did the damage before she managed to put it out.
Essentially, yeah. You just
Oh, victory! So
didn't quite manage to get ahead of it in the turn order.
Okay. So yes, she did her tamping out and she did her question. She is still in the position she wants to be in at the moment, so she's not going to move. So.
Tatsuya
Alright.
or Tatsuya?
Tatsuya, if you would.
Tatsuki.
Tatsuiki.
But no, Tetsuya,
Put some respect on his name.
he doesn't really want to fight.
How do the
But-
dragons feel about that?
Oh yeah, gotta ask them. They're there too, you know.
Yeah, well, he's gonna kind of look to his left and look to his right. Unfortunately, they both agree that he needs to fight to keep his new friends safe.
Or I was not paying attention to what's going on.
The first friends you've had since
Oh,
the incident, you know? You don't want to be
Yeah.
known as unlucky, right?
So he's gonna,
Wouldn't be a real Giga Chad move.
huh?
I said it wouldn't be a real Giga Chad move.
Excuse me. So he's
No.
gonna use his little flimsy tree bow. And that was just gonna be like, what was it, like a 1d4?
Yeah.
Since it was literally made out of a tree and vines. There. So, come here, you little triangular bastard.
It's hard to pick them up, isn't it?
Especially when it keeps wanting to fall deeper into the bag.
Why are your fingers so slippery?
Don't worry about it. I had popcorn. There it is.
Okay. What the fuck's that got to do with it?
We got a Juan.
A whole 1 damage. Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that does nothing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that did nothing.
Yeah, so
Try again though.
very valiantly knock and draw an arrow towards the assault boars, and it just kind of like does
Doink.
that thing where it bends over and kind of flies off like a piece of spaghetti that got snapped.
I feel like this is. I feel like I've made a grievous error.
Maybe.
Perhaps. That's
You did that to the scooter?
Yeah,
I have not done that.
Okay.
and it pretty much bounced off.
How far is Tetsuya from me?
17
I'm not
feet.
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
We...
Are you near a wall or anything?
Are you
Yeah.
nearest the door?
Nah, he ran towards a wall.
Then I am going to move to position myself directly in front of him. And
All right, but
basically prepare a defensive roll.
I do need though. You were within. You were not within the door range. No one was in the door, but the door's still relevant because this is the start of the next turn.
Yeah.
And you know how doors like are there and they're closed and they're like made of an object,
Yeah.
like they're material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens fast, but that door is suddenly not a door. It's just two halves kind of sailing into the room. And I request a speed roll for your reaction. Really, whomever is within. Let's see. So the door 6 feet, then another 11 feet of the door's initial area.
Would Tetsuya be there?
I don't know. Would Tatsuya be there? Is he on the other side of the room?
He just ran towards the wall. He just ran.
We're gonna just go ahead and assume that he like bolted towards the corner with the most things to hide behind.
Fair, yeah.
He's
The forge
fucking
looks
these
big
objects.
and heavy.
Yeah.
Oh no, I guess I might be in that range.
All right. You have the best chance to evade, anyways. Go ahead and do a D100.
That's
You're gonna have to
a
use the tenacity, aren't
90.
you?
90. What? Oh goddamn! There's a 91.
Oh fucking Christ! Can you roll again?
You guys mad?
Oh no.
Yes.
Hey, what happens if all three of us rolled the same number?
No.
Wait. Did we really?
No.
Does that constitute a world break even if the world isn't on?
I don't know. I've never seen
I
a
was-
three-person match, so
Those are some real strong odds right there.
Yeah, fill
So I
in,
think this
as
has to
the
call for
motivator.
something.
how's the system handle this?
Yes, just you doing just fucking just Buddha-doom. No Buddha-doom. Stop Buddha-dooming. Like,
Why you-
The fuck
Sure.
do you mean, but
Why
What do you
put
mean
it,
CPU overloaded? What the fuck?
Stop!
Some asshole. Who left Chrome open? Hold on, momentarily. What is Chrome? Don't worry about it. It's like Java juice. I tell you it's good for you, but it's not. Oh, no.
Narrator comes into Philan's little programming space. Who the fuck broke the system? I thought you fixed this.
I did. I went back to my little bubble, or I'll open up the porn tabs again. The salt website, the glutamate website will return if you don't be quiet.
That works.
The glutamate?
System had an error, and everyone kind of blinks breaks for a second before it's like, okay, turn order restored. So everyone kind of has the taste of burnt toast in their mouth.
Has the what?
The taste of burnt toast.
In your mouth.
Is,
Did everyone
Are we
just have
having
a
a stroke?
stroke?
are we having
The world just had a fucking stroke. Yes, everyone has had a stroke.
So how is this resolving then?
It's resolving by basically resetting the scene. So, that's the failsafe that was programmed in. Is in the event that the CPU has a hiccup, it restores its last previous point, which it technically does at the beginning of every turn.
Okay, so it goes back to like the previous command.
Wait, so we don't have world
Yeah.
breaks anymore?
We still have wall breaks, it's just a lot harder.
Yeah.
Also, it's an optional rule. It has been for a while.
It wasn't turned on to my knowledge. Would you like
No,
it turned on?
It
as a
has been
party?
turned on for this campaign.
Has it?
It has been
Alright.
turned on, it's just it hasn't happened because it's really hard to roll.
so would
Would
this
you like
constitute a
to-
world break?
Yeah, that's why I was
Well,
asking, considering we had a three-way fucking 1 plus 2DM.
Well, that's never happened before.
Yeah, it's a gray area.
It's fine if
We
it just has
could-
a hiccup and it goes back to the beginning.
Well, I think world breaks happen when you do it twice in a row.
Yeah.
That's usually
And
tradition.
that was
That's why
only one time though, right?
was a three-way.
Yeah,
It was.
I feel like the chances of it happening between 3 people is enough for it to be like, hold on a second.
Yeah, the chances of it happening between
Okay.
3 people is the chances of it happening twice in a row. I think.
Okay, fine. We'll go with the technicality. All right, let me roll.
We've been playing this game for how many years and we've never had a 3-way roll like that?
All right.
Yeah, I don't think we were doing 3-way rolls.
I'm trying to always do 3 ways.
Hey,
Hey.
You fucking shut up. All right, so you get 2 dice rolls worth of seconds. So you get 2.65 minutes.
Jesus.
And so yeah, kind of everything goes off for you, Satsu. And everything also goes off for this other person. And the two of you are currently just sitting there in this darkness. And then there's just a small table, and there's that same gentleman with that cream-colored hair from before, sitting there frantically typing something on their tablet via the little Bluetooth keyboard.
Does that have porn?
Yes, sit down, please.
Okay.
Oh, has the timer started?
Yeah, it is started. I'm timing it down. Yes.
Okay.
You're not, citizen.
But you haven't even told me what's going on yet.
Just sit down. You have 2 minutes. One decision. Each. And they'll gesture to the other individual who's some sort of... They are of Asian descent, much... I'm gonna stop this while I'm talking. Your 21 seconds is pretty fast.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, that's why I was saying you haven't even described what's going on yet.
You currently caused a bit of a hiccup with the entire scenario, so we're just going to go ahead and consider this one of the fabled breaks. You get one wish each. I will decide if I'll allow it. You have 1 minute and 40 seconds after the timer resumes to decide on what that's going to be. You and this gentleman here. That is... Who are you? Vicky. Vicky. So,
Haven't I seen you
choose what you
before?
want. Maybe. Oh, yeah, I such a key from you.
That's right,
Oh,
you just
God.
poofed and took the key from me.
Well, that's my job. Fixing
Who are
things.
you?
I'm the motivator. It's my job to keep you motivated. And also to be the system administrator that keeps everything from breaking down. But that's neither here nor there. And I also keep the old man busy with being the old man.
Not that old.
I know how these work, so what I'd really like to wish for, I'm not going to because it would be way too powerful to do. Then I'm gonna wish for something simple. I'm gonna wish for me, Amiko, and Tatsuya to be away from that building in back at the temple, the shrine.
Okay, and you? I wish to follow them to the ends of the earth. You just see them slowly increasing the timer on the dial on the egg timer. Gotta need a lot more time than 2 minutes for you two fuckers. Okay, so you want to be away from him and them, and he wants to be where you are. Conflict of interest.
I don't even know who he is.
Sticky.
I just
Say
wanted a
so.
bow.
Well, go to a Fletcher.
That's what I was doing.
You were at a forge. It's different.
Do I need to get armor for him too?
Wait,
They said the bowyer was just asleep.
The bowyer is dead.
Well, obviously.
I'm resuming the timer now. Think of something else.
Me as well.
Almost at a minute.
A minute left. Then I would like to wish for Tetsuya to have a very good bow, much better than the one they have, and a decent set of light armor, like leather armor.
Nothing else. No enchantments.
Not at the moment. No, I'm trying to keep it simple. I know how these fucking things work. I've seen it. Fucking meat golems.
What would you like?
Raucous laughter distance.
Yeah. You. I would
Sound-
like.
Sounds like a time up. Sorry, buddy.
We had 2.6 minutes, 1 minute and 46 seconds. I wish to know Teiko. Teach me that. Where's Teiko? Well, that's simple. You want a bow? You want to know things. All right. We're done. And they'll turn the tablet around and kind of hand you the stylus with what looks like a literal fucking terms of service agreement page on it.
How many pages long is it?
There's 189,000 pages to it,
Oh.
but they're on the signing page, which is at the bottom of the final page. So just go ahead and click that box and secure the capture to ensure you're in the robot.
Am I gonna die from this?
No, it's just me. The only thing in the terms and conditions is maybe being called upon or being hit by truck goon for a greater calling, but that's neither here nor there. The agency is always looking for help. Just, do you want the fancy bow and the armor for the boy or not?
Scribble.
Oh, right. You're not used to that. You click the screen with that, like you're using a quill. There you go. Sign your name. Okay, well, you can just do the kanji. Fine, I'll translate it. And then click everything that looks like a boat. That's a B.
Ooh, didn't get to
All
sign.
right.
Sorry, buddy. Time's up.
They will look at you again, and then the little egg timer will go off. Oh, look at that. I am very good with numbers. Alright, have fun, you two. By the way, Satsu, how many times can you flurry?
As many times as I have experience.
Awesome. Don't burn through it. You're gonna need it. And then you just like that. And then it's literally back to how it was.
Speaking of, how much experience did I get for killing that one dude?
Combat isn't
That
over
one
yet.
dude,
Oh, okay.
yeah, combat isn't over, but that one dude, you're gonna be disappointed. So bad.
I'm not surprised.
He was a little bab.
He picked the wrong person to fuck with. That's what he did.
First day on the job, man. You fucked him up.
Yeah, it's like he's been there for like a week. Okay. Now that you're back to reality and everything, you don't notice that whole thing. You know, you see Tetsuya over there standing with his armor and the bow, and that kind of looks like, oh, I'm glad he finally got that all sorted. He looks good in that. Glad I got that for him earlier this week.
Oh, so we don't remember it anymore.
No, it's a clean process now. It's not. Have fun fucking sorting out your existential crisis. I mean, he'll occasionally do that to make the narrator happy because he likes watching farmers panic about the realization that nothing matters. But I don't know what it is with the narrator and his hatred for farmers and ranchers specifically.
You would also hate them if they were literally destroying your brain.
Wait until the cocoa production starts up from the South American Empire. All right, Central American. Yes, but let's go ahead and get that re-roll on that speed.
Ah, no. Don't fucking do it. Better stay fucking connected to the internet, god damn it.
Out of the corner of your eye, it's that close.
Okay, the internet is still connected.
I thought I was dodging
But
a
you are-
fucking door.
No, you were dodging the fucker hiding behind the door's debris with a blade that
Oh.
cut through the door in one dashing slice. And this person actually when you evade them, I'm assuming you do like a kitty backstep, like yeah, or something with your palms, just whack, and get yourself ready. Like a Dark Souls, just back circle. I don't know. That's my default like animation for somebody evading an attack is just like dodge roll like Dark Souls or just backstep like Bloodborne. But once you get yourself out of the way, narrowly avoiding having your throat slit open, they that's their turn, so they stand there and they flick their very beady katana. This is obviously a purpose-built katana meant for actual use and not prestige. And they look a lot different than these little guys who are kind of wearing the purplish kimono slash. Well, it's more like a purplish gi, slightly armored. This person is wearing one with white and teal colors and a very large symbol you've seen basically everywhere. And you realize that that is the symbol of the Asian Empire. You can't see their face, though. Well, that's not true. You can't see their mouth. You can see their face and their hair.
Okay.
There,
Well, I will be continuing my attempt to basically position myself in front of Tatsuya in a defensive manner, and I'm going to send a mental message to Asuka, wondering what the fuck the Japanese Empire is doing here.
yes.
What are
That
your
response is gonna take
What's
a
the
while.
Japanese Empire doing over here? Boy, you're in it.
Why are they trying to kill me?
It's gonna take till the start of next turn to get a response from them. They were busy.
They get 6 seconds.
It's gonna take more than 6 seconds for them to finish what they're doing.
It's just a mental response.
So let's see. At the start of your next turn, you will hear them explain, "You're in my empire.
Why are they trying to kill us?
They're doing their job. They're not trying to kill anyone."
But I will be taking up a defensive posture in front of Tetsuya.
Alright, attempting to use defend another without the skill. Let's go.
Let's go.
Believe that will be my turn.
Yep, sounds like it. So, if memory serves, before the event, all of the enemies had taken their turn. Yes.
Yeah, because it was my turn at the start of the turn order.
Yeah. Then it would.
Yeah, they might. Yes.
Tatsu,
So-
then Ivy, and then Tatsu.
Ivy's usually at the end of the turn order.
Yeah, I think everyone goes before me.
Okay, okay. Oh,
So
Tatsu, then enemies, then Tatsu. Ivy.
Has been, yeah.
yep. So what's the Tatsu gonna do?
Well, Tatsuya is going to, he's never really been in. He has been in fights, like actual combat, but he's not really the type to fight. So what he's gonna do is he's just gonna knock an arrow and just kind of hold it. Like, what do you want with this? I don't want to fight.
Okay, they will actually not immediately attack. Come peacefully.
I'll come peacefully. Satsu, I think it's best that we go with them. They seem really strong.
Yes, I'm aware of that. As I glance at the swordsman. Where are we going?
Mm.
Never heard of. Was that in the ogre area?
Mm.
I don't think he can speak.
I don't think right was the best for him to be, you know.
Come. We're going.
I'm basically going to keep Tetsuya behind me as I slowly move forward.
Tetsuya's gonna, slowly let the bow down. He's not gonna shoot the arrow. He's gonna, slowly, I don't know how you say
Do you just slowly, let the string go to normal position without just releasing?
Just relaxing your draw, I suppose.
Yeah.
Also, it's a pain in the ass to hold, like, regular longbow at full draw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you usually pull and release, but
I mean, he just went from, like, pulling a twig to pulling something that might be actually somewhat decent.
Yeah.
Who knows if he even has a strength for that shit.
It's one of those. He might have the strength. It's a fucking Parthian bow, so it's a short bow, but it's a good bow.
Recurve or...
It's going to be a recurve bow, yes.
Yeah, those aren't bad. They actually have, like, a nice resting. Okay, so what's Ivy gonna do?
Amiko's going to kind of stand there at the ready, but she's not going to do any attacking. She's just waiting for their response. So she's just going to ask, "What do you want with us?"
They never once put their weapon away, but they do wait, and gesture to leave. So they now open door.
The now gaping paw.
Ah.
The portal, as it were.
So Amiko is going to slowly and carefully walk through, keeping an eye on them in case they decide to do anything.
Alright. Goes back to Satsu.
I will be doing the same, but not relaxing my claws at all.
And Tatsu.
He's gonna put his bow. Oh, well, he's gonna kind of. He doesn't really have a place to put his bow right now, so he's just gonna kind of, put it like on his shoulder, around his shoulder, the string around his shoulder, so that he, shows that he's not gonna try and fight.
Yeah.
Well, he not like around his shoulder, but I don't know how to describe it.
He's just kind of hooking it over his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing that thing that's actually bad for bows, where you hook it on your shoulder. What are our interloper?
We're interlopers? Well, he's taking them out. And he doesn't eventually inform you that where you are going is to, is it Shinmoku?
That sounds familiar to me. I can't place it entirely though.
What's that?
I'm trying to deal with my health insurance thing. My fucking cunt-ass job sent me out of the blue without warning me.
Dude.
Yeah, they don't sign us up for anything. Like, we do all the sign up for it through them, and then they don't even start signing the accounts up. They haven't done it for any of it. Like the payroll, I understand, but any of the benefits and stuff that we signed up for, we had to go and double sign up when they were eligible again. Like when they
Yeah,
were
that drives me
eligible.
crazy having to do that over and over.
Yeah, because they're fucking lazy pricks. Think about just burning this
The
job
fucking
down.
open enrollment bullshit, yeah.
Even after I did it, they didn't like put any of the info through, so I had to open enroll, and it was basically, I guess, some sort of stupid reservation. Then I had to go and open enroll a second time, and now I'm having to go and fucking open and your Sigma ID number, the Social Security number. Okay. So yeah. I'm just kind of pissed that I got this, that they wouldn't be fucking bothered to do it. Alright, so when you pass through the threshold, you realize there's more of them here than you thought. There's actually hundreds of them.
Oh no.
And they're finding people who are hiding. And they're actually dragging them out actively. And there's these people with these symbols. They have the symbol of the Empire and some sort of other symbol on their back that looks like kind of like the kanji for consume or devour. And then you've seen them, you see two of them, two silent, walking around dressed in that uniquely styled armor, listening to people talk to them a million miles a fucking minute, but never responding themselves for fear of the punishment that comes from opening their mouth on duty. And you have a lot of the people in those purple robes running around, and they have the kanji for what looks like meadow or grass on their back. And then you start to sink in, it's like, oh, those are the grunts. And then lastly, you do see the gentleman in the black and green robes with some sort of kanji that means it doesn't mean silent, but it means muffle or muzzle, perhaps. And that's where this swordsman will walk you over to. And they're standing by what looks like a prison cart of some kind. And they'll begin speaking to them in Japanese and gesture back to you with the flat end of their blade.
Tetsuya can understand this, most likely.
Yeah.
What do they say?
Being a native to the region, yeah, probably does speak Mandarin or probably like a bit of Japanese.
They would speak, so they would speak Japanese, definitely would speak at least like semi-fluent Mandarin, and some Mongol. The Mongol's what trips you up when the one in the black and green speaks it, the other one responding in kind, and you kind of get like every other word, and it's associates, no, friend, possible, murderous, Kusa, dead, that one, claws, bloodstain, slitted, and then they'll make a kind of a swiping back and forth motion with their hand in the shape of a claw. Oh. And then their conversation will be interrupted by this simultaneously across the entire area, this sudden and loud little shrill chiming noise that makes them jump as all of the men in the black and the green pull out some sort of apparatus with crystal and the symbols of the Empire's engineer corps on it, and they'll begin to read whatever it says. And that's when they'll kind of close it. And then they'll gesture from that prison cart that you're currently at to the one that actually looks like it has padded seats. So, and once they get that sorted, the gentleman with his white and teal will gesture for you to start walking that way as two more of them start to flank you, and they quickly build some sort of triangular flank around you just in case you get frisky. You're not stupid, but you know you can never be safe when your job is, you know, got like a fucking 60% mortality rate.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably more than that, but being reanimated by a yokai probably doesn't count.
I will send another message to Asuka asking if this is her direction and why we're being arrested.
Be quiet, I'm handling it. You can hear this, you can kind of feel the mental strain in their voice. They are very obviously dealing with something stressful and aggravating.
Well, then, if that's the case, then I will make my way to the cart.
Tetsuya will be following behind.
I will also send a message to Akari letting her know that apparently I am being arrested. And I don't really know why.
Yeah, I'm a little busy myself here.
Yes, just the fucking, that faint echo of one of those, what is up? She'll be alright, she's a tough girl.
But my babies. There's like 156 babies over there.
Tetsu will have a seat.
Amika will sit down nearby and just kind of look around in confusion, wondering what exactly is going on here.
What the heck's going on here?
In response to the echo, there's a slightly louder one that just says Saishin Kaiho.
What's that mean?
Oh, Spicy Pup knows.
I think I have this sorted now. Yes, thank you, Cigna, for telling me that someone in New York is in network. But hey, they have 100% satisfaction, 33, and they're the best network there in New York. I'm not going to New York for a doctor. I would rather eat the shotgun from the Depression than go to New York and eat a shotgun because I went to New York.
No, that's okay. Someone else will offer you their shotgun.
Here's something for you. It's time stamped.
God damn it, Satsu. What the fuck?
Well,
I don't know.
all you need is that like first 4 seconds.
Why? Why? Why?
What the heck's going on here, guys?
Why? Alright. So, you are actually being diverted from going to Monchinkomo, which means the silent place. Or basically, it translates to a silent place. Where all the good boys and girls go. And you start heading the long and arduous journey back towards the... Well, actually, you're going towards the capital city. And you're going a little bit further to the world city, as it were.
Oh,
And you have on any corner of this little carriage that you're now officially locked in and cuffed together in a square to make it more awkward for you, is one of these individuals wearing teal and white.
You know, if it wasn't this situation, I might find this kind of fun.
Miko's just kind of look over. Handcuffs are fun.
Can be. Rope is better though.
Yeah, I could see rope being more comfortable.
Nylon only.
I imagine hemp would be nice and itchy, though.
Speaking of, nylon rope right here.
what?
I said I have nylon rope right here.
Rope bunny.
I won it.
Victory.
How'd you win?
I don't remember exactly how, but it was at a sort of Kingsters meetup thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was a drawing. That's what it was. They drew my name, and I won it. They were like, "Do you
Hell
like this?"
yeah.
And I was like, "I've always wanted to try it." All right, here you go.
Woo!
Now I have. I mean, it's a decent amount. Could probably do Shibari with it, but I don't know how to use it. I mean, obviously I know how to use it, but I don't know how to use it.
That's just a bunch of square knots. Make sure you don't go over joints, you go around joints. Pretty strong. Only thing you really gotta pay attention to. Don't cut off nerves, don't cut off blood flow.
It is comfy. It's silky smooth.
Better
It's the
be.
good rope. Yeah, it's the good rope. I've had it for a while now, and I have done nothing with it. So what are we doing?
I believe the individual in the cart with you was about to say something about how that was a good decision.
I grew tired of killing today. I do not blame you for killing him, but I will
we-
have to take blood.
We were kind of ambushed there. It was
And you assume that they wanted to kill you.
I asked him, and he told me to fuck off.
But did he try to stab you? Did he try to kill you? Or did he just hurt your feelings?
Well, considering he was bound and being hugged way too tight. They try to jump on her and tackle her to the ground. I took that as a sign of offense,
Mhm.
and I am not in an emotionally good state right now, considering just had babies and now you're separating me from them.
Mhm. That's so.
And all I wanted to do was find an answer to something.
You should have went to the library.
Should have looked in a book, and the reading gets shot.
And you want to talk to me about killing that guy?
That was not my doing.
Tatsuya is staying quiet.
Their orders were to try and peaceably take you. Only subdue you with no physical harm.
All I had to do was ask.
You would not have went.
I mean, you asked, and look at us now.
You came when I asked because you did not want to risk losing. I am aware of how people behave. I myself was in this position before. I'm more amenable when I know I might die.
And why didn't they try to subdue us when we first visited in the morning?
Because they were told to wait until there was no one else around. When they would have as little people involved in their operation as possible. Because it was their first week, and their first operation without one of us sitting over their shoulders.
Bad choice on their part.
You're a very model individual when it comes to good choices.
No, I never said that. I've made many bad choices. Trying to resolve one of those right now, and now you're interrupting me.
Oh, my condolences. I will save my empathy for someone who doesn't associate with a terrorist.
Terrorist?
Tatsuya, terrorist?
And then they'll just take a shift and turn their gaze to someone else in the cart and begin speaking with them, this time in another language you're not sure of what it is. Tatsuya, it kind of sounds like almost Greek. Like heard it a few times by travelers, and that's it. And it sounds really weird. You know, it's the same kind. It sounds kind of like that language that a long, long time ago that one guy that used to own part of Asia spoke.
It's not quite as eloquent as the native language that you're used to. It's more of a guttural grunting sound.
Yeah, exactly. It's very droll, but you'll accept it. But that's what you hear, and that's what they continue to speak in, as if they're done talking. They know their own temper will probably get in the way, and they'd rather not have a spitting match with someone in the back of a cart. Which eventually does come to a stop when the sun goes down, and you hear the sound of a large fortified gate opening. And then you're taken out taken to prisoners' quarters. They're very comfortable. They're amenable, and you're provided food and places to, clean yourself up. Under guard, of course. And then, come the morning, back in you go. But hey, the power of that engine, though, a whole 22 horsepower.
Just
Actually, 22 miles an hour. It's got some gojo.
It's got a little bit of Gojo,
more.
yeah.
If it's really ripping ass, it can hit 22. I don't know about anything more than that.
And it's ripping ass and go 22.
It's not a wobbler, is it?
No, it's not.
No, it's a little more advanced
I
than
know.
that. You
I know.
forget, we already had, like, petroleum-powered engines in this world. It's just people
I know.
kind of
I'm just.
forgot.
I was joking.
By the time night falls a second time, you will start coming up on the world city, and the capital city was big. Actually, most of the big populated areas in Japan are pretty big, but this city, which is a little bit further than Japan, you're more towards the center of China here, and it is enormous. You have never seen in this world more buildings than you do now. Not even counting the hundreds and hundreds of little patches and rows of villages lining the mountains and the hinterlands you can see from the road. The buildings that are here in this city, they maybe have a cart and a half's worth of space between every one. And those are usually filled with people who kind of shimmy out of the way when you come down the road. But for the most part, they just kind of flow around you like a river. And it's nighttime and there are thousands of people out. And tens of thousands of light sources on top of buildings and scattered throughout the little streets. And you can hear it, this bustling city, this like a sort of like a almost harmonious wave of sound coming from every direction of all the people that inhabit this massive city. There's not even really any walls. So far inland, it doesn't necessarily need walls for protection with how much of the empire surrounds it. But just how many people are here in general is a little daunting.
Tetsuya's just looking at everything in awe because he's never seen anything this size before.
It'd be enough to construct a wall as soon as anyone tries to invade. Just blow up the pores down at the edge of the city.
Exactly. Literally all you have to do. They do build vertical here. You've seen some of the tallest buildings ever here too. In fact, some of these buildings are up to 20 fucking stories in height, which is pretty fucking big for this world. They don't really build vertical here right now. But here they do. And you can watch thousands of people file into one building and watch hundreds and hundreds of lights on said building kind of pop on.
Welcome to Casino Zone. Begin.
You have officially entered the world city. It is the heart of commerce and economy in the empire, as it is thusly known all the time. Even though it's actually got a name.
It has a high enough GDP on its own to be considered its own country.
It does. And you pass it along your way to where you're going, towards the second Imperial Palace, the real Imperial Palace located here. That is on its own the size of a city. But as you are heading that way towards that daunting fortress of Imperial might, you can glance all the way down towards the center of the city, what looks like an ocean of shops and stalls from I've never seen something like it. It's bigger than even any bazaar. It's a market large enough that it could contend with, but I mean, obviously it won't, given how big the bridge market is, because it's like a supersized Great Bridge, but that's neither here nor there. But it could contend with the trade bridge itself in sheer volume of shops and options.
They probably import a lot of stuff from the bridge since it's a massive banning network that connects both sides of the desert.
And probably, because parts of China do bleed over into the desert, as do the India that they own, because that's also part of Asia. Asuka's real goal is to collect the snow from Russia. They wish to hunt bear. They will.
You can have it. Like, only 5% of Russia is actually inhabited. You want the snow, you can go take it. No one's gonna stop you.
That's literally their logic when they're talking to the Tsarite is, just give it to me. No, you don't live there. It's mine. No one likes it. I want it. No! I give you money.
No.
Just sell
No,
it to
it's
me, like
mine.
Alaska. No.
Yeah, no,
Нет.
Egyptian deal. Нет, we sell Alaska, and then suddenly, oh, Finland #1. Yes, it's my head canon that Vinland exists, and they have a war. They have like this spiteful rivalry with fucking Russia because they're right there on their south shore, and that's Asuka. They're trying to buy the land reasonably. They're not trying to steal it. It's no. You don't even live there. No. It's like that roommate that hasn't touched that carton of cookies in 3 months, but they might eat it later, so you can't have it.
That roommate that got a bunch of bananas and then left like 3 of them to rot and just put them in the fridge to blacken. Like,
Yeah.
you're not even eating them.
Like, I'm making bread out of these.
That's basically what they're dealing with. It's like, I could just fight you for it. Yeah. Also, Russia, I may have misjudged.
Mistake might have been made.
Give me a
Yeah.
bit of your north border and I'll give you more access to the Black Sea. Yeah!
Gotta be reasonable here. I mean, we have the Jade Fleet. And just leans over. Sir, most of our cities are isolated on the coast. Yeah. So, about that deal.
Oh, yet. We will make a deal that is beautiful.
How many potato can you provide?
We actually have warm soil. Hold on, I've got this. Oh, potato.
That is
And
wonderful
corn.
potato.
And corn.
You will provide us with 100% of your vodka supplies. Yes.
Did we make vodka? We could. Actually, shocking, right? The Empire exports so much liquor. It's like 30% of their sales is liquor. But yes, you'll get to see that at a later date. Right now, you get to go into the Imperial Palace and you get to see a fraction of their army just parading around doing night drills. Or rather, you see them when they kind of pop up in a swarming unison and basically scare the fuck out of everyone in the little caravan. Because they were hiding all throughout the courtyard. And then they go back to their training, doing what you can only assume is ambush tactics of some kind. When they fucking vanish. And you get to go all the way around, and actually no, you get to go up. You were gonna get thrown in the dungeon, and then they're like, no, they're supposed to be in a room. Oh, okay, and then we'll go up.
So they're going to the dungeon?
They were gonna go to the dungeon until they got to the dungeon, and the driver was told them you gotta go up. These guys don't go in there. These guys go up there, but like they go in the donjon, not the dungeon.
Yeah, I can see
The
how that would
what?
be difficult to translate across kanji. No, not
Yeah.
the dungeon, the donjon.
And they don't go in the ground. They go in the area that's not at the top because that's where the Empress is. They go in the area that's beneath that, where the prisoners are kept, but not like beneath the Empress. It's at the bottom. It's like the prison, but it's not the prison down here. It's where like the white collar criminals go, not the people who steal like babies.
The VIPs.
Where the people that commit tax fraud go.
Yeah, basically. Oh, hey, and you get to see an execution happen as you're going along. I get to see like a line of people actually steadied up to be executed.
Yeah, what is Asuka's execution method?
These people do not deserve the right to have themselves possibly reincarnate, because depending on their religion, but some of the people here believe in reincarnation because there's a lot of Buddhists here in the Empire. So they perform a rite that blocks them from reincarnation before cutting off their head and trapping their soul in their body.
Yes, Akatamame enjoys this. Anatamame does not.
And the
Tetsuya,
executioner is wielding an exceptionally fucking massive looking Nagakumo, or Nagamaki.
Tetsuya is barely able to keep his lunch.
I
Tetsuya just
think the peoples of the sands might have a thing or two to say about the moral implications of trapping a soul within a rotting corpse.
True, but you shouldn't have spat in the face of the hand and spat in the face of the Empress and bit the hand that feeds you, and not expected consequences. These people are getting this harsh punishment because all of these ones here were embezzling Imperial funds. And the way Asuka sees it, taking money from her is taking money from the people she's promised to feed and protect. Because those are taxes and trade funds. That's where the Empire gets its money, is from its people doing business and shit. So they're technically stealing from the people, and they can't have that thievery going around anymore because the humans aren't in charge. I mean, most of them get that having some of them just some of them get unlucky and they get the death by needles method.
death by needles.
You don't want to know.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Moving on.
And the one foreign trade individual, they're like, put him in the bull. It'll be like home.
Oh no.
That goes on through the night, though. It's because they actually read them their last rites and give them a moment to speak their solace and their remorse and make their plea. Of course, the
So-
Imperial Executioner would be a chick.
Everyone is placed in holding sometime.
They are placed, they're rooms and they're accommodated, but they're all interlinked with each other. But they're one of the few rooms in the Imperial Palace luxury that actually has a stone and rebar reinforced wall surrounding it. It's just hidden underneath the paper walls. I mean, there's windows.
Amiko's being cooperative. She's still a bit confused, but she's being cooperative.
Gosh, who would Asuka send to explain the situation? Not themselves, they're busy. I guess they'd have to send a Spira and another one of their wives. Or one of their advisors.
The Spira trying to explain politics.
She can do it.
You'll notice Satsu's leg basically bouncing at like a mile a minute.
So did they took? If I'm not mistaken, they took everything from everybody, didn't they?
Yeah.
Was never mentioned, but
Nope.
Well, they waited till you got here, then they took everything.
Mm, no.
They're taking your weapons. They don't really care about like personal effects that might have sentimental value, but they can't let you walk around with weapons.
Well, I don't have any weapons. I just have claws.
I'm not talking about just you. That motherfucker's got a bow. Amako is literally a weapon themselves, so they thought about putting her in like a jacket, but that might kill her, so they didn't.
just lines their bedroom with rubber.
Well, there's nowhere to go. Like they've got all the wires and stuff isolated from this room. This room's lights actually work on magical circuits, so if they try to jump, they've imprisoned Raijin before. So if they try to jump through the wires, they'll just bounce around the room until they get tired.
Well, hold on. Hang on a second. I want to hear the story of the imprisoned Raijin. How does a messenger of lightning get imprisoned? And for what?
In the span of, what, 2 years since they've taken over this place?
It's been a lot longer than that. So, long story short is, it was unsolicited request for head pats from an Imperial officer, and then unintentional attempted manslaughter of an Imperial officer for accepting the unsolicited head pats because of electricity. And they let them go, but they had to put them in timeout and explain why. We need to explain. These people are made of flesh, not rock. You can't pet. No pet. No ask to pet. Be happy.
Are you saying this was another Raiju that this happened with?
It was another Raijin, yes.
Another Raijin trying to get pets on the side, apparently, instead of getting it from official channels.
It was one of
Got any more
those.
pets?
Yeah,
That's how they
exactly.
are. They're doggos. They're best boys. They want pets.
Speaking of pets, how many is Amako up to?
Way too many.
They
I don't even know.
It's like,
They shut off.
There's a script going on that's just like pet, 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 pet. Didn't you say it was up over like 2 million or something?
They've shut off the script because they remember that it existed, so it was accruing debt. So they're just gonna they've locked you out of a lot of your pets for the sake of the pet economy. They don't want you flooding the market and hyperinflating the pet.
Oh, since combat's over, how much was that peon worth?
yeah,
11
I guess.
XP.
What's
What?
And he was worth 11 XP.
He's worth less than a fish.
He was new. He was a new recruit, yes, who had been there in literally 1 week and was doing it because he thought that he was doing good. Yeah, that was a starry-eyed recruit you killed.
Less than a fish.
Now, if you could have killed that other guy, at least 3,000.
What, the Jiragumo or the...
The Jiragumo would have been worth 180, 190.
single arrow go ping?
Doink.
Probably just made them itch. Saying,
Turn around. What was that?
Alright, so you're gonna have
Something jumping.
Hanami. You'll have a spear and Hanami enter their room. I guess with a silent on either side of them, even though they don't need it. A spear is there to lighten the blow. Hanami's there to explain the fuck up.
hello again.
The spear is under strict orders to not be too friendly.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna be hard for her, I know. She'll get through it.
A true challenge.
Mm-hmm.
No hugs.
Yeah. All right. Let's just get down to business. If you will.
To defeat.
The Huns!
There it is.
I gave everybody else the chance.
I didn't understand.
Let's get down to business.
Oh.
To defeat
Oh.
the Huns. This they send me daughter. When I... Sorry, I love that song. I didn't hear it because I had clapped loudly on my end as soon as they said something.
It's a
Long-
good song. It slaps.
So
Yes, it does.
we have a few problems. Long story. Well, no. Okay. First off, Was any of this intentional?
Any of what? Nobody's even told us what's going on.
Well, so there is a lot going on. It's a developing situation, and I am currently doing my best to try and go with what I was given. Asuka hasn't given me much. It is enough information, though, that there's enough going on that they felt with the need to start bringing the Security Council back to here to speak with them, to temporarily postpone their warring and their campaigning abroad for expansion and intrigue reasons.
All I heard was something about a terrorist, and I have no idea what that means.
2 terrorists. Actually, 1 terrorist, two terrorists, both technically an innumerable amount of terrorists. We don't know how many, but 2 terrorist cells. 2. Not terrorists. That's to be clear. Association with 2 terrorist cells.
The terror cells?
Terrorist.
Terrorist.
Tatsuya, do you know what a terrorist is?
I'm surprised you know his name.
We know a lot, Tatsuki. We know a lot. We know things like that body and your what is it called? Hitchhiking status.
Well, yeah, I thought that was kind of common knowledge between Asuka and Spira and the rest.
Asuka's always been very reserved with people's personal information, actually. So, long story short, a terrorist is a person who uses unlawful violence for intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aim.
What do we have to do with this?
You've associated with 2 terrorist cells, and you are actually, you weren't even suspected. You have been implicated in a successfully performed assassination of a political figure in a foreign nation that had economic ties to the Empire. You can keep it as I don't really mind whatsoever, but it's dealer's choice, warrior. It's like really dramatic talk music.
It is.
Can I ask an out of character question?
Yes.
Yeah.
How would they even be able to trace it back to me, as considering I was not myself at that time?
Speculative evidence with you disappearing, but it's one of those, you disappeared and popped up in a suspicious window. It's what is it called in prosecution? It's
But
they
I was never in the
Plausibility?
castle as myself.
No. You weren't at that as yourself, but this is one of those. It's one of those. If you're suspected in some sort of crime, and you were never at the area of the crime, period, but you were in X location and then in Y location with people that, even before the event, if after the event you were associating with people that they have, that have probable cause to do something, then they will. That is enough.
Are you talking about accessory?
Well, no, not
No,
accessory is
not
the crime, but
accessory.
it's a specific thing. It's
where
basically
your
it's a big
time
fancy word
period
for they.
is missing.
And basically, you have no alibi, so
without
would
knowledge
there
of
be
your,
opportunity?
it's basically suspicion of you possibly attributing yourself to the crime or committing the crime, but they don't have the evidence. But when looking at it from the outside, with the time frame that they are given and then associated parties, that's this. Basically, there's a word for it, but cops refer to it as. It's basically cops give it the law enforcement gives it this big fancy word, but it basically means we suspect you might be involved. Is all it is.
It's not plausible deniability, is it?
It's
Plausible
not.
deniability is no. Hold
No,
on.
that's different. So it's not very good evidence. It's not used in actual court very often, except to set up more evidence. So you can still argue against it if you wanted to vocalize that, and if you had an alibi prepared for where you were at and had evidence to back it up.
She ain't got no alibi.
See if I can fucking.
I don't think Google will accept your long-winded explanation for trying to find a search result.
No, I'm narrowing it down. Okay, they literally just call it reasonable suspicion. So, okay, and that is when an objective person, given the relevant facts and circumstances of a very particular situation, would be believed to have engaged in behavior that is against the law. So it's based on inclination, not having demonstrable evidence. It's where 90% of investigation starts, is, I think you did it.
Basically, the hunt.
However,
We think you did it, but we can't prove it.
we don't care about that foreigner, really, because they were probably going to die anyways. Everyone around the Empire usually dies. Oppo, check your thing. I'm asking relevant info because I want to make sure I've got like names right.
Both of you are.
I just want the names correctly. It's like I've got so many names on this list of names that I've been given, and I type them in panic.
Okay. While I'm responding to this, Spicy Pup, you can go ahead and tell them a little bit more about how they've been, like, getting spied on and, like, actually know where this evidence is coming.
Ah, fuck! But I was gonna. Okay, fine. I was gonna mention that person's name. It's whatever at this point. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, hold on, I'm typing it out. I just got to your message.
That's okay. Just take your time responding to whoever's screaming in obscenities in the background. Alright, so preempting this whole thing. I know there's probably 1,000 questions of how would you know that? Or blah 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 blah. And that is one, well, I'm going to put it very bluntly, fucking insulting that you think you are so goddamn inconspicuous that the most powerful nation on the entire planet wouldn't be able to find you or know what you ate or know who you fucked. So we're going to go ahead and straighten that out real fast, because I know you do probably have that question, how would we know? We've been following you for a while. Austria put spies on you a long time ago. Actually, after you departed and split ways and they went did this and established this whole nation that we live in now, they started spying on you because you were a person of intrigue to them. Because you were sort of at the epicenter of a large geopolitical change for the world.
Okay, I sent you the...
So, that's that one. Now, as for how would we know about the whole terrorist thing, we don't really care about the other cell. The one we're interested in is the one that you were involved in with an individual by the name of Akari Sukareto Kawa. If that name is familiar to you.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't recall it.
Yes, go ahead and deny that. Would you also like to deny the hours you spent alone in the woods, having sex with them? Or the eggs.
Oh, that's the person you're talking about.
Oh, yes, very convenient that your memory was jogged to the thought of opposition.
Well, you started saying like all these weird gibberish things.
We both know their name is Akari or Mami,
Yeah,
depending
see
on
that I know. I don't know whatever you said before.
Akari Sukareto Kawa, their full name.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
the
no,
one
I
we're
didn't know
mostly
that.
interested in. Well, now you do. And bonus round, they are a known leader of a terrorist organization that is actively trying its best to destabilize the Empire. And for those that have been wondering, we do have a name. This is Taonorimpo. This is the name of the country. So, freebie on that one. Everyone just calls it the Empire, which is we're the only technical established empire, save for maybe the Tsardid and the Germans. But it's like saying, the big guy over there. Well, who's the big guy over there? The guy that's 10 feet tall, or the little guy that's 6.5 to 7 feet tall?
Oh,
Now,
I'm
mind
back.
you, we know you yourself haven't done any illegal activities with Akari. We don't have suspicion to believe that you, an individual who's mostly self-serving by nature, would ever decide to become a revolutionary. We're not worried about that. But you have been associating with them, and it is a very cruel world we live in, is that because of that, they may have some sort of investment in you, which means we now have an investment in you to use you to get them. But we're not going to do it maliciously. Mind you, we don't operate like savages like the rebels have been for years, using assassination and exploitation of innocent lives. We would just like to know everything you know about anybody that you've met through them, anywhere you've been with them, any rituals you've partaken in, any errands you ran for them, anything at all would make this so much easier for me. I could leave this room with less of a panic about doing a bad job. Because I really don't feel like upsetting Asuka right now.
Well, let's see. Only ritual I know of is the hours and hours and hours of sex we had. Remember getting glass? I helped you with that, right? Yeah, it was something about getting glass. That's about all I remember. I didn't really know any details.
Was
Any-
Tatsuya there when they were getting the paper doors? Or the paper made?
No.
No? Okay, so he wouldn't know that.
It's fine.
Tatsuya's just nervous. He's just kind of sitting there, just kind of fidgeting with his pants.
But interactions with them, not a whole lot, to be honest. Wait, there was, what was that thing called? Like a Oni parade, or not Oni parade, but
A night procession.
yeah, that thing.
Spirit, take notes.
I am. The spirit actively taking notes.
I mean, to be fair, the whole getting pregnant was part of a deal I made because I wanted to
Oh.
borrow a hairpin.
Ooh, you got pregnant. Cry me a river after you pushed out
I'm
3 Oni.
Not complaining, I'm explaining.
Eggs, though. Fun choice. Albeit a weird one. How did it?
But I've literally only seen them then, and then I guess it was a couple weeks or a month back or so when we were in this one city, and they were kind of hunting me because of the hairpin.
Now, The night of the night procession, with before your events of fortification, did you see them carrying anything or doing anything? Were there celebrations and specific dances or plays going on? Oh, fuck, 7:30.
I'll be honest, I don't recall.
I have to
I
ask
just
the hard
kind of popped in, surprised them, and then I kind of sat off to the side while the procession happened, and then we went and had our picnic.
Now, the hard question. Would you be willing to help implicate them in violation of the law so they might be prosecuted?
Well, I mean, I don't really know what they did.
They've done a lot. They didn't want to involve you in it very obviously, that's why you don't know. They themselves may not have done it, but the people that they associate with have. They have done horrible things. The Empire itself, Rinpo is it is no, by any means, moral compass on things, but we have millions of citizens to contend with and to take care of. The rebels have a few 100,000, and they're doing it out of spite because they want to go back to the wild ways of yokai, the uncivilized nature of Japan. They don't want the world to catch up with them. So they choose to do the horrible things that they do to scare and extort the people that live here, the innocent men and women, sons and daughters and fathers and mothers, smiths, farmers, cobblers, lawyers, people who just are working to make a living, fishermen, for fuck's sake, have fallen victim to them. And they've done things to them that we've banned in the Empire. Oni that have betrayed us have gone on to become some sort of torture device, sucking out parts of souls at a time until there's nothing but a weirdly discolored and disjointed husk of jigsaw puzzle bends and breaks of a corpse left over. And there have been decimations of entire agricultural fields just for a little bit of essence to pull from it by certain kitsune who've gone wild, or entire wildfires started in residential sectors to suck up some fear. So that's what they've done, and that's why we are currently dealing with the shit show of you being under suspicion of acting with them. Even if I personally, because I don't think you've done anything, Asuka can never take that stance with you. And now it's going to be very hard for them to associate with you because you've dealt with them. And they are trying to do damage control to ensure the Security Council that you aren't with them, because they have tried to infiltrate things in the past. And that's the last thing they want, is a failing on their security of having a member of a known terrorist organization infiltrating the highest levels of the Empire, right where we sleep and live. So that's what they have done. Now, you don't have to give an answer now, mind you, because I know people that think with their crotch, they don't just do it all the time for shits and giggles. Sometimes there's a heart there, and I do understand that. But if you would consider it, it would save us a lot of trouble.
I mean, I have nothing personal towards them, other than the fact that I guess they're the father, mother, something of children I just gave birth to. I don't know what's going to happen with them. Kind of worried about that.
Children, for the most part, unless we can find evidence that says otherwise, are usually, in these scenarios with the cells that we have captured and disbanded, are taken from that life and redistributed into peaceful lives through
Well, that work out.
orphanage, a system of foster care.
I would like to see them. I've never had babies before.
Biological parents retain the right to visit their children if they don't want to, if they give them up for adoption. That is the agreement, as you cannot bar the biological mother or father from seeing their child. But children need stability.
I mean, I know I can't raise them. I am not the best person for that. But I mean, I would definitely like to see them when they're born or hatched, or I don't know how that works.
You would be able to, assuming they were even involved in this at all and were apprehended and filtered through the system. It's not our modus operandi to unnecessarily involve children in these horrible things.
I mean, considering they weren't even born until today.
Things happen fast when you're trying to put out a wildfire like this. And you were not being charged with murder, by the way. It's being marked up as a self-defense charge of the death of Akiago Mikoge, the Kusa who you turned to shreds.
Yeah, I did give him a chance to explain himself. So I apologize about that, but very touchy moment for me. But on the question of implicating them, I mean, I have no reason not to, but like I said, I don't know much about them at all.
We could prepare you a daten on everything we know about them, but it would not be personable information. It wouldn't be the same. It would be facts and evidence that we've collected on them and what they've done. And mid-conversation, Hanami will be stopped when another one enters the room and walks up and hands her a singular scroll that she unravels and kind of stands up quickly. Spirit, come.
Yes.
Watch them. Don't let them do anything. I don't care if they start having some sort of weird orgy. You stay in the corner and keep your eye on them.
Understood.
Not you, them. You come with me, dumb.
Okay.
She's really done a number on your poor brain. Ah, yes, the loud trouncing footsteps of someone just bursting down the hall and sliding open the door. And you can see them not wearing that white armor. Oh, fucking hell! That's too late. Can't get any further on this.
We still
I
got
need to get
30 minutes.
I need to get my
Okay.
clothes on and take a shit and get food. These things
Okay.
take time. These things, my son, they take time. Boy.
Boy.
Oi,
Bird.
Atreus.
Boy.
Yeah. Don't you her me, you bitch.
Dad of Boy Season 2.
Yeah, I've been playing. It's good.
So that opening though, I can't believe what they fucking did to my boy.
I know.
Poor Fenrir.
I'm good, doggo.
Very good
Oh.
doggo all the way to the end.
Would pet, give loves and all the kinds of kisses and cuddles.
Or also, like, damn,
I
they,
love Ryan Hurst.
yeah. I
I
really
love Ryan
like the
Hurst as
way
well.
that they portrayed him.
hmm No spoilers for
No, of course not.
Satsu, but
No
I
spoilers.
also I'm not sure about Odin, but it's like oddly fitting.
I mean, it's not the classical depiction you would probably expect when you hear the term Odin, but that fits.
Yeah.
You said
Where the
48
Shut up.
crows, though. My god, that's too many.
I know. I am hunting them. Oh my god. All right. So, who slid the door? We'll end it here with literally the door sliding open and the off-duty silent fucking. Are we good?
Wow, they actually spoke.
Wow.
We
Oh, they're
good,
off
buddy?
duty.
No, it's fucking So, she's the one who slid the door open.
Oh.
Are they here?
Tetsuya, still obviously nervous, just.
They're literally just like dressed in casual wear with a small bump on their stomach. And they walk over and start lifting up the bed. Where's that little fucking golem hiding?
Golem?
Oh no, you talk about the flesh golem.
Yeah, little
He's dead.
squishy fucker. Why? And just grip Pat head. Why did you let him die?
Drooling sickness.
And then one of the silent will produce a single fucking cinder block because they are prepared for everything. And then the soul will grab it and just crush it in anger.
Extremely nervous cat.
If I could do anything about it, I would. But I'm sure you've seen that sickness take others.
Yes, they will go to leave the room and I'll kind of punch through one of the paper walls and smack the concrete with a thud.
Much for the
Leaving a
inmate in
little-
there.
I'm a little more worried about us and not the others.
And what's interesting is as Tetsuya gets more and more nervous, Satsu's getting more and more relaxed. Like, okay, this is all status quo now.
So we'll just sit on the edge of the bed and just hang their head and all crestfallen.
I'll pat their shoulder. If it makes you feel any better, he did get rid of the rot. Oh yeah, you were here.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, I know.
Didn't she help with that?
Yes, I know.
Yep.
Like, but this is how Satsu would actually say things. Like me, this is how I would say things. He got rid
He's
of the
like,
rot.
wait a minute, you were
Right,
there.
You were there. I forget time frames a lot.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, I gotta go do a lot in like the 25 I've got before I have to be ready for work. So I gotta leave here. But we've made some progress. I can't hold it anymore. I'm sorry. I love you guys. I'll see you fucking later. But oh my god, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I gotta
I'll
catch
talk to you on the phone later. Oh my god. Okay. So, there's a couple of silent here, and I could run any off-duty silent or other staff that may come to the area if you guys have questions for any of the NPCs in the area.
Tetsuya will raise a shaky hand. Excuse me. I just want to know what my involvement in all this would be.
You're involved with me.
Oh. He's gonna kind of look to his left. No. No, I shouldn't have, because I'm not strong enough to do that. She would have killed me. And if I die, you die. Remember? Yeah.
He's schizo. I say to the silent.
There.
No, please. There's. I'm not. What does that mean? Whatever that is, I'm not that. I swear.
It's not a bad thing.
I don't know. You said it like it's a bad thing.
Said it like it's a weird thing.
It is weird. I've never heard of it.
It means you have multiple personalities, so to speak, but your situation is very similar.
Now that you mention it, it is somewhat similar. Although a little bit different because the entities with him are apparently,
Gods.
well, maybe that, yes, but apparently they are a little bit more in control.
I think they're influencers.
Spell or something that'll let him show them to us, or somebody does.
Oh yeah, did you find out about that while you're up there?
What I found out makes my head hurt.
Because I know you were finding out about that thing, and then you were trying to find out how to split him from the gods, or I don't know.
I was mostly focused on your predicament, actually.
Hmm.
The gods didn't seem very familiar with the ones in him, or at least they didn't really talk much about them.
Cut.
I'm trying to remember how it was phrased when Amiko had asked about them. I think it was phrased that they had just laughed at them.
Yeah, pretty much. And then cut to the dragons like, the fuck you mean? How dare they? We
How
will
dare
worship.
they? I will tear the heavens asunder once I leave here.
And then Tatsuya, no, it's okay, it's
no.
okay. And we just think he's having like small conversations, like, oh, happy, go, nice, and they're just like, bow to me.
As
Yeah,
a
yeah,
loyal
yeah.
subject that was in my service since your birth, I demand that you know. No, I'm not going to do that.
Tatsu's just like, bad things would happen if I did that. Stop.
Just Tetsuya kind of holding his head. They're arguing again. They're not happy with what you said.
Yeah, the gods were less than helpful on that front. I do believe it was mentioned that you could not survive having them separated from you.
Oh,
At least that's what you said, right?
well, I don't know if I would or not.
Okay,
That's
so
the thing.
we're putting a pin in that one.
Yeah.
But I think perhaps a temporary measure we could take is to, at some point, teach you a spell to allow them to be interacted with. Perhaps divination spell, or well, it wouldn't exactly be conjuration. It would be more like a compulsion spell to let people see them.
Possibly like, what is it, illusion? Illusionary spell? To
That would fall
project
under compulsion
Oh, okay.
because you are compelling people to see something.
Yeah.
My elbow itches.
Oh, you're too.
Yes, his skin is dry and it itches. Maybe you got the brain tentacles and you are feeling my itchy elbow.
Probably. It might also have something to do with this shirt that I'm wearing.
I'm sure it's a
Yeah,
nice
that's a
shirt.
possibility.
All I'm wearing is a blanket.
Sounds cozy.
Quite.
Right, kitty cat? As she snorts and chews on her tail. So Amiko, let's see. She was given a scroll, right? I remember her asking them to write it down, and giving her a scroll or something with the
Riddle.
oracle's convoluted wording.
Yes, the Oracle's prophecy. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Alright,
want
so
to
she is
read
going
that out to
to-
them.
I have heard it.
Yeah, she's going to get that out and then spread it out, and then she's going to look over to Tatsu. Would you rather read it or have it read?
I can usually read faster than it being read. Let's see. Oh, the fuck? What? Place of spirit. Pythia. Doesn't sound familiar.
She was not allowed to be more specific than that, otherwise she would suffer. And she was sorry about it. But that's what she was allowed to tell us. So I'm kind of letting it brew, but it's it's not working very well for me.
Wait.
Waiting.
Oh yeah,
Does-
we got
Is this person somebody that Amiko would have associated with as well? Or just me?
possibly. It could have been Amiko. I think it was in reference to our group, which would be Amiko and Satsu.
Oh. Well, because I suddenly had a thought of somebody who we interacted with before Amiko showed up. And before Tatsuya showed up. That's why I'm asking.
You're not talking about Shadow, are you?
Nope, Shadow doesn't know them either, I don't think.
Okay.
It was more of a me, Skull, and Dave situation.
Yeah,
I was thinking
gonna
nobody.
Well, nobody is still around. They would. I hadn't even brought it up, because nobody is kind of a dangerous character to interact with, but they could absolutely take way less steps. But really want to give up your name?
No.
No, I wasn't saying that. I'm just trying to think of answers to this stupid riddle. But that was just something that had popped in my head. The only person that would have been in association with me and Amiko in the recent history would be the Bard. I don't remember his fucking name or what the fuck he
Yeah, I
race he
was thinking that in recent history he would be an option.
Or anybody here. Like, because I mean, you know Asuka and them.
That is true. We do
But-
know.
Chicken. But Spirit and Whimsy, like this is now my brain coming into play now that I'm reading it. Spirit and Whimsy, Grave Dangers. That is something that I personally would recognize as, being like the Fae and fairies and stuff. because I'm very familiar with like the Feywild from D&D and such. Let's see, there's some.
It is worth mentioning that the entire time you've lived in this world, you haven't really seen or heard anyone mention the Fae. Almost like either they don't exist or people are afraid to talk about them.
But whenever I hear whimsy, that would kind of be what pops into my head.
Yeah, no, I'm not
But
refuting
they-
your thought process. I'm just telling you like what would have happened in between time.
It's a notable
Missing link.
exception.
But I don't understand this. Like they themselves, okay. Supplementing employs those who you seek. Okay, I'm guessing that refers to the Fae, but I don't understand this person. This is me like speaking out loud to Amiko. Like, I mean, that could be the Fae or something along that sense. But who is this? They who you seek has sought someone that has been sought by many of them. So, trust me or something says so. They are someone of recent association in your past. Those who you seek, with one of the known and unintentional maliciousness. What do you see?
See, I think I'm on the wrong channel there. Is it in this?
I see discussions.
There it is. Yeah. I had clicked the wrong tab there.
So who? 4, because the general counts as one. The voice channel. You can actually type in that now.
Oh, great.
They are no longer in service of the divine object that is. Who had it? I mean, I'm thinking Asuka. Maybe. Well, Oni's. Are Oni's considered demonic?
Yes.
Kinda.
So no, that's.
I mean, if you're going strictly by Japanese mythology, they're kind of the only demons.
Yeah. It's,
Oh.
immortal,
So,
fair,
they're-
immortal, natural, not the immaterial. They exist, but in a different plane of existence. So technically not immaterial, but also not tangible most of the time. So that seems to line up. But who's this person?
I'm seeing basically a number of people involved here.
Well,
So
there's from what I'm seeing from this, there's a singular person, or not person.
there's
There's a singular
party.
entity, and then there's a group. And my assumption is the group is having to do with the Feywild, the Fey, fairies, pixies, weird other satyrs, unicorns, all that stuff. Which it's definitely a risky group to associate with,
Yes.
because they usually don't. They like to play tricks, and if you get cocky, you're quick to lose your life. So all this, yeah, grave danger. Yeah. So see, uninformed or foolish. So they who you seek. So apparently we're seeking Fae.
So
I
there,
mean, if
there,
my assumption is
party-
correct.
there is one party that is being sought by many, including us and the ones we seek, and then there's the separate party, the one that we seek. The one that multiple parties are seeking appears to be neither divine nor demonic.
But who? Well, no, that's
This
the group.
particular
That's
entity-
the group which would also relate to the Fae. It's the person that,
Yes,
like, the Fae
this-
have sought someone.
So this individual that is sought by many is neither divine nor demonic, but used to be a servant of
would,
divine.
would you like to join us in this riddle puzzle, Silent?
He's basically got steam coming out of his ears as he listens to them.
As I'm just like
There,
mumbling.
times two.
Tetsuya, I got none.
Thanks.
No, they're not talking about either of you because you're demonic, you're angelic.
Ooh, there's a key piece of info we just got. Yeah. So we got divine and demonic in one entity. Ooh. Kind of the opposite of what we're looking for from this riddle. Natural, not.
No, I don't think they're gonna worship either of you.
Wait, so they're if it is the Fae, who do we know that employs the Fae? I don't know if anybody who employs the Fae. I don't even know if the Fae exists in this world. Can you nod? Do the Fae exist in this world?
I don't think they're allowed to
Didn't
communicate
we
in any way.
see a kobold recently? I don't think
That's-
they're. I don't think that's who we're looking for.
I'm like glaring at the silent as I said that. By the way.
You're like, give us some clues.
They are not allowed to.
Oh, not even like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, talk to Asuka because Asuka can't talk to me. Message to Aspira. Aspira, do the Fae exist?
Faye,
Fairies, pixies, the sort.
would Aspira know this?
Spiro would know this, being in the position that they are in, yes.
So do they?
I was in the middle of typing a note for myself. Okay.
Oh, but she would say, I can't. I've been
Okay.
put under strict orders to not to
So I
communicate with you right
And
now.
time off.
so Aspira,
Mhm.
no metagaming here, but yes, Aspira would know that they do exist. There
Mhm.
are some physical avatars of them present in the world, such as things like kobolds and satyrs, pixies, and stuff like that. The Fae usually don't like to be called out as Fae when they're in those forms because they're trying to be something else. And if someone is looking for Fae as like a catch-all like group term, then what they're really looking for is something that doesn't really have a name, but it's essentially the other side.
A different plane of existence. It's all lining up.
Not, I mean, sort of another plane, sort of
It's
not.
like a half merged plane of sorts.
It's so like, you know how video games only texture one side of models, right?
Yeah.
It's like the other side of that texture.
Ooh.
So it's like exactly how I am perceiving the Fae in my mind.
I mean, I can't see into your brain yet. Brain tentacles haven't gotten that far.
It's like it's like an overlap, so to speak. But it's like it could be in the same spot, but not, sort of thing.
Yes
You're
and
like a
no.
Venn diagram.
Yeah, yes and no. So, like, if you go to the side of reality that the Fae naturally exist in, it's like being out of bounds in a video game. And you can pull on some things and push on some other things, and then something in bounds will happen. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can very easily cause some sort of
Catastrophe.
destruction or catastrophe for either side.
Okay.
So the Fae usually don't like outsiders spending too much time in there, and they usually take away their membership to visit.
Yes, that is all along things that I have presumptuously known about the Fae from my learning because for some reason in my D&D games, the Fae have been a very big curiosity for me, and I've actually researched on it quite a bit. So this is why things like that would start popping into my mind as the Fae. So judging
Fair
by
enough.
Aspira's very short term, I'm going to assume that as high potential that they exist. Okay, so that the person, and calm down, Tetsuya.
What?
You need to calm down.
I see you like nervous shaking over there. Just relax. I'm familiar with these people. We're not in harm's way at the moment.
This concerns me.
Relax, everything's fine. It's gonna be okay. We're only in immediate
Guilty.
mortal peril.
Got him. Man, maybe I should have paid more attention to that. He's the only one I could think of that both you and I have dealt with. That or, like I said, Asuka and the others.
Oh, also there's an alarm of some outside.
Yeah.
Sounds like rain.
It is raining outside at my house.
Did you just open a door or something?
No, it's just raining.
Oh, I just heard like rain pretty strongly. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a really weird alarm, you know, it just kind of sounds like static, but you know, people are reacting to it outside, and man, there's a whole lot of people heading towards the edge of town.
I'm not.
Good for them. I don't know if I can see. Is there a window?
Yeah, there's a window. Got bars over it, so you can't get out. A way to see outside.
Okay, so
So there's some sort of alarm that sounds like static. You saying?
Yeah. Weird, that.
And Amiko is going to kind of curiously wander over and see what that's about. Of course, after rolling up the scroll.
Sure, give me a perception.
Okie dokie.
So he's still got his little heart-shaped rock.
Decent number, and what is her bonus to perception? I forgot about it. Acrobatics. Perception +2. Alright, so that was grand total of 56.
Right. 56. Alright. So, Amiko trains their eyes, and out near the edge of the city, along the horizon line, it looks as if some sort of blackish gray blob of some kind is rising above buildings out there. And you can see several of the silent and other guards of the city running across and jumping between the buildings to get over to that side of the city.
So Amiko is going to mention this aloud, in case the silent isn't aware. She's going to say, there's some sort of grayish, blobbish looking thing coming over the walls.
I don't think he's gonna go because he was put under strict orders to watch after us.
Just thought he might want to know.
watch him get antsy.
And there's a lot of people going that direction.
Is that
Now,
the
there
smart
people
thing?
running away from it too.
That's the smart thing to do.
You know, it's kind of hard to tell what the general public is doing. They're all kind of going every which way.
I see. So she's going to look up at the sideline. She's like, "Did you want to take a look?"
They're not going to. They have to. We have an order.
I never agreed to that. I know you did. And I know you did. No!
See, the gods do like me.
Yeah, one of them says you're a royal slut.
I mean, yeah, I have been a slut for royals. Yes, that's true.
And now he's just laughing.
You know, we really do need to teach you that spell.
Which spell? Oh, the compulsion one.
Yes, the one that'll let people see them. Or maybe something they can do. I don't know how you want to work it.
I'm not gonna do that here. We don't need to risk wild magic, okay?
No, we don't need to do that right now. Maybe
We need a
some
much more controlled setting where we're not gonna be looked at as freaking psychotic.
And, I don't think we're... I don't think we'd be able to do magic in here in the first place.
Yeah, I kind of doubt it.
I wouldn't risk it.
already would say the opposite.
Well,
And I'll
maybe.
wink like all the way to Espira and whatever realm she's in because I messaged her and it worked.
Oh, that's right.
Spira's in a
I
completely
forgot
different
you've done
room.
that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm winking to her even though she doesn't know it.
Does the Spira still have that fancy time spear?
What?
The time spear where she fought the time beast thing? And she stabbed time?
Oh, the spear. Maybe. I don't know if that would have gotten confiscated or if you've been allowed to. It's kind of a dangerous thing to keep on hand. With, you know,
Yeah.
A ditz.
She's a responsible ditz.
I'm trying to remember if that's one of the things that either Yon or Ivy confiscated. I'm pretty sure Yon had some very dangerous things that she confiscated.
Blob aside, I think we have a starting point based on, well, pure assumption at this point.
That is true.
So
Meanwhile,
next question would be how to get in touch with them after we exit this prison.
that's a good question.
But I have a starting point. With their, I plead the fifth. Yep. Sure sign of guiltiness. And you'll just see Satsu just kind of like lean up against the back of the bed or whatever it is and just, all right, let me know when the blob gets here.
Yes, Omnico is watching carefully.
Yes, your Fifth Amendment right to plead your innocence while being presumed guilty.
Who says that right exists in this world?
Exactly.
I would
plead
like
the-
to not respond to that answer. Okay, so you're admitting truth. Got it.
Yeah. I plead the fifth. You plead your right to bear arms?
It's like, wait. I think I've made a crucial error.
You're not gonna take away my First Amendment rights? The amendment to a healthy abortion? What? What kind of amendments does this place have? Insane ones.
All of the amendments.
All of them. The first draft was horrible. We have like 100 amendments.
So, what now? We're kind of stuck in here for a while.
Yes, we are. Hope you don't mind. I'll pull out my my mug and take a drink.
Ah, god damn it, what the fuck? Ow.
What?
What'd I do?
No, not you.
I didn't know me taking a drink.
Did the brain tentacle miss the one brain cell I have and hit the corner of my skull?
Just stub my
It's
tentacle.
like, yeah.
No, my legs started cramping up, but it wasn't like my calves, it was my fucking ACL.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, why just that one?
Would you prefer it to be both at the same time?
No. I'd prefer if it was like my thigh or something cramping up, but no, it's always the fucking calf.
Mm-hmm. I had that happen this morning. I woke up because it woke me out of my sleep.
I've woken up from like the arch of my foot cramping up for no damn reason.
Oh, that's miserable when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta sit there pinching both ends of the muscle until it stops.
One thing that's annoying, but it doesn't hurt, is like when your eyelid twitches. Just
Oh,
like
yes.
random rapid twitching. Just.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so... Ow. Now that that's... stopped, question
Done and
mark.
dusted.
What was Satsu doing?
Just kind of sitting back and saying, "Let me know when the blob gets here."
Okay.
Just kind of. Oh, I took a drink in my mug.
Would the
That's
mug
what it
even work here?
So... It doesn't. The mug is empty.
Damn, I never knew me to be completely devoid of desire. I'll start like fake crying. Okay. Okay. Well, can I have some water or something, please? Can you send for somebody to bring us water? It's been a long travel.
One of the silent will produce a clear water skin.
Thank you. And is it poisoned? I imagine not. You guys are above that. So I'll take a drink.
Now, question is it water?
I'm so tempted to say it's fucking vinegar.
I was gonna say it's probably sake, but probably not.
No, it's water.
Anybody else?
I would like some, please. I'm drinking.
Mamika's
for
just
three.
gonna shrug. She doesn't actually need any.
I know you don't.
I'm
I'll pass it
technic-
over to Tatsuya.
I'm technically drinking and eating for 3. Having 2 spirits in you is very draining.
Try eating for 157.
Yeah, but at least you get rid of your 157.
I had to force it.
You still got rid of them. I'm stuck with these 2.
I mean, how big were those eggs?
Ostrich sides.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're not dead.
You're not the only one.
That's how you will drink from the water skin.
Thank you, elasticity.
Yeah, for sure. You and your frickin' porn logic body.
Not even porn logic, that's hentai logic.
Hey, if we ever need to go on a deep dive, we only need one oxygen set up.
That's true, yeah.
Well-
69 the whole way down.
I just ride somebody's cock all the way down. So yeah, I think that's about as far as I'm getting mentally right now with this puzzle. Got some potential starts, potential end. The midway is the issue, and of course, being in here. Let's implicate.
Yeah, it seems like every time you get started on something, someone else comes along and interrupts it.
And it's not often I like get an itch to really do something either.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Asuka didn't want me to leave, but jeez. Really curious what she did, though. Not Asuka.
I mean,
Akari.
just talking on my own opinions, I can imagine that Asuka is starting to get kind of annoyed with her constant asking for favors and all of that without doing much of anything in return, really. And now you've gone off and started associating with clans and tribes that are actively working against her. Like, from their perspective, I can kind of understand why they're a little peeved.
Tetsuya has nothing to do with this. Tetsuya is innocent.
Tatsuya
They literally just
is
found him
accused of killing a god.
What? Tetsuya did not kill anything.
That's not what the spy reported.
Who did Tetsuya kill? Tetsuya hasn't killed anyone.
We'll see about that.
Eh. Sleepy Foppo.
Just been sitting in one spot for 4 hours, so my body's trying to go to sleep. And I'm like, no, I want to be
Yeah,
awake.
Mister. Yeah, Mister. Getting here an hour early.
Yeah, I thought it was 6 o'clock already. My clocks are all set to, like, normal time.
Yeah, but what's your phone say?
My phone is wrong. My phone hasn't been the correct time since I got it.
But no, daylight savings did happen.
But yeah, I thought that was going into effect this year because I heard about it last year.
Permanent starting in 2023.
Okay. It's gonna be so weird for the rest of the East Coast to be like moving forward, and then we just have Florida time.
No, this is U.S. Senate.
Oh, so the entire U.S. is doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The entirety of the United States.
Yeah, so yeah, November of 2023 is when it would take place.
Okay.
Yeah, so my random hearing at some point was correct. Cool. I like that.
Don't you love it when you remember random bullshit and it turns out to be true?
Especially when I never looked it up myself.
Yeah. They're just random hearsay, and it's like, oh, actually, yeah, that is correct.
Go ahead and take my necklace off for the night.
Alright, done with the session?
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Does anybody have any out-of-character questions they want to bring up?
I am kind of wondering if this is something I would actually be able to figure out, or if I'm missing some clues.
Yeah,
That I did.
I think we're able to figure it out. Because, I mean, it's been 2 weeks, and today's the closest I've come to anything. I mean, just because out of character, I'd already talked to you. I already knew the end was going to be the Fae in character. This is how you now see how I would have processed it. But yeah, the person, I got nothing. I got absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the one that was being sought by lots of people was, or who the one that could have been seeking that mutual person would be.
Yeah. And that's the annoying thing about some, like... It's not prophecies, I already forgot what...
Oracle tellings.
Yeah, the telling, like... They're not allowed to be specific, so it's like, the person, the guy, you know them, the person. Like, no, I really don't. You're gonna need to be more specific than that.
So yeah, I think I'm guessing it's a full-on loss on whoever that person might be.
Yeah. I'm sure things will become more clear to you as you get closer. Whatever it is. But you did come up with some good, like, options of who/what it might be. Like, it could be nobody. They could get it done.
Well, nobody wouldn't be the answer because it says those who you seek would be the Fae. But
Yeah.
it's suddenly involving this person.
And another option I was kind of thinking is it could possibly be Philon, but I don't know.
No, the motivator doesn't really get themselves involved unless they have to. They're
And
still...
considering he's a brand new entity, he was never in service of the divine. He
Yeah.
is not against the divine. I'm wondering how recent is recent. Like, is there a time frame? Is it since I've been in this world recent, or is it since like this new session that started with Dave? And but considering it's told to Amiko specifically, it could not be, its potential could not be related to me at all, right?
Yeah. I mean, recent is kind of one of those nebulous terms, like, on the scale of the universe, recent is like back when the dinosaurs were around.
Yeah, and especially in Amiko's case.
Yeah, I don't know how old Amiko is.
Because
What if it was Amako that we are seeking? No.
yeah, but they are still a servant of the divine. They didn't used to be a servant of the divine.
Yeah, the only thing she could do is lightning magic, period.
Because, I mean, this was all told to Amiko, not me, so we also have to start taking that into effect. So, it could be somebody that Amiko has dealt with that I haven't even heard of. I doubt he would have done it that way, but it is a potential.
Ivy service divine for a bit, but no, they're not demonic or angelic.
I had considered Ivy as an option too. Now she is divine, though,
Oh.
so it wouldn't be her because she is divine. She wouldn't count.
Yeah.
Was Shadow ever an employee of the divine? Which
I had considered
yes,
that briefly,
yes, he was.
but
Yes,
he was.
Shadow was.
Yeah.
They were also in the employ of not necessarily demonic, because they don't
They're
come
under the
from
employ of Randall.
Well, now they
Well,
associate
he was
with one of
temporarily-
unknown and unintentional maliciousness. Yes.
Randall. Yeah.
Well, there was also the whole lesbia thing.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
also
I
the
know.
Lesvia thing.
So Shadow's suddenly looking.
Oh
Hey,
no.
who wants to come back?
Just randomly pulls Shadow back into the dimension. Oh no.
Oh no. Not
what
again.
catastrophe happens now?
You might get hit.
You
Like
might
straight up.
might be the first victim of Shadow's new toy.
See, one thing I'd be interested in asking Shadow or Ivy, not Amako, because Amako I don't think would know, is about these, travel to these other worlds and why, I guess why I seem to be the only one left behind now of the ones that were from our world.
Uh-huh. Shadow's answer would probably be, I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Or maybe the right place at the wrong time, wrong place at the right time. I don't know. It wasn't by my choice. It just kind of happened.
Hmm.
Because really, if you think about it, each time there's only once that Shadow volunteered to come back to this world. And that
Well,
was
no-
the first time I got sent home.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well,
Yeah.
no, that's what I mean. You guys have gone to other worlds and have had all these like crazy adventures where Ivy is fucking level craziness.
Yeah, that world is tuned differently, though.
Yeah, no. Yon is level craziness.
She's actually not as high level as Ivy is.
Oh,
I'm
really?
level 7.
Yeah,
Be glad
Ivy
you
and
have
Tony are
levels
two
at
of
all.
the world.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
leagues
Ivy
above
and
normal
Tony are
Joe
two of the world that
Schmoes.
was just plain tuned differently.
Did you like my battle tactic that I came up with, by the way?
Which one?
There was
The
a
one
tactic.
I did at the very. Well, I mean, a way to like throw out massive amounts of damage, like like we're talking tens of times more than I'd ever done before.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Using the inspiration that way was a
The
good
tenacity.
use of it. The tenacity, yes.
Oh, I would say good luck trying to hit Tetsuya. It's
Why?
not that his armor. It's not about his
Oh,
armor.
yeah.
It's about his CDE.
I remember this build. Yeah, the fucking.
It's
What is it? You can only fail on like a 2.
yeah, because I have it, but his dice is 2d8, right? But I got a +4 to that, and when I'm in adrenaline, it's a +5.
I was surprised at my fucking tenacity rolls though. That was kind of nuts. A
Yeah.
fucking 12 and 11.
Yeah, that was. I think that's pretty much max damage, and that was 9,000 something.
I can do more because remember my Wild Fury only rolled 1.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I calculated it out. It would basically be 4 plus 12 times 6 times plus 12, which is 18, times my 47 multiplier, puts me at 13,536 if I rolled perfectly on all dice before I start rolling my damage, before I start rolling my attack die.
Ooh.
And that's based on a non-stealth approach.
Yeah, and that's.
Gonna get nerfed. No, I'm kidding.
If
no,
I did-
no, it's not gonna get nerfed.
If I were able to
ways
do it
to
with
make
a
way more damage than that.
Yeah, if I were able to do it with stealth, it would turn into, let's see, 18 times 16. No, not. What? God damn it. Stop. Clear. Damn it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yolen's
18
numbers can get absolutely terrifying too.
Times 67. So, if I do a stealth claw flurry, I can do, using the double tenacity method, I can do 19,296 before I roll my dice.
Hmm
Mm.
And like, when I was implementing tenacity, I did think about the possibility of someone just burning all 4 tenacity to just like boost up whatever the highest multiplier is gonna be.
Well, because the interesting thing about my flurry combined with Wild Fury is it doesn't matter which of the 2 gets boosted, it's gonna be a multiplier regardless.
Yeah. And let's see. I'm gonna do a quick roll. Say we're in adrenaline rush state. I get a +5 to CDE.
My damage dice only got me 81.
Let's see, that's a 8 + 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 to CDE.
"17 dodge."
Mm-hmm. I'm not there. I can't really think of a whole lot that could hit that.
I'm gonna send you this, Dark, just so you can look over it.
Oh yeah, sure.
Make sure I didn't mess anything up.
Huh?
Okay. Attack bonus of 5 from the level, plus unarmored, plus class bonus, learn skill, 5 from law augmentation, and a stealth bonus.
So, and then the totals are based on each of those situations, how it would play out, whether I use my claws, whether I don't use my claws, whether I'm doing something other than, unarmed,
That's correct.
and then stealth and all. So that's because I always had to fucking add it all up, but I just fucking did this
Yeah,
before
this
last
is
session,
a lot better. Just having it ready.
and knowing exactly where each bit comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I hadn't done, was I didn't actually break it down like that.
But that is correct. That's before you actually roll anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, if I correct me if I'm wrong, with Wild Fury, it multiplies the AT bonus, which means it does not multiply my actual dice rolls. Correct?
Let me go to the skill.
It literally says roll 1d4, multiply your AT bonus by the result.
Yes, it multiplies only the AT bonus.
Okay, so everything in that is at multiplied.
Multipliable.
So it was that 47 times the Wild Fury times the number of attacks added into dice rolls. Which,
But yeah, just to give you an example of one of the builds that I set up, like, I don't know, years and years ago, was since you've got the 6 skill slots, well, actually, you
I have 7 now.
since you have 2 open slots that for learn skills, and then early on it's relatively cheap to get more, it's pretty easy to give yourself 4 learned skill slots and then just take Wild Fury 4 times. So you roll 4d4.
Jesus.
And you can just do that on every turn.
Oh.
And then you just take other things that boost your attack bonus.
Which I am ready for a fucking time skip so I can work on Strike Like Bull, man. Like, dude, if I could boost that up, that'll be insane.
I mean, you're not walking everywhere anymore. You don't really have a whole lot of time for that these days. You're kind of getting pushed and dragged everywhere at this stage.
Yeah, and like it seems like every time it's like, okay, we're getting to where everybody's kind of situated. We could start setting up for a new player.
Oh yeah.
Every fucking time. Or Shadow makes a new character.
To be fair, the dwarf was kind of just an experiment to see how it plays.
Yeah.
He didn't. I don't know what he did though.
I mean, he built into an archetype that, like, just not really comfortable with, and that's fine. We can come back to the character later.
I have a skill that like I have yet to get to use. A learned skill.
What's
Yeah,
that?
Animal breeder. +5 smarts when you attempt to breed one animal of your choosing.
Yeah.
Don't try to make horse babies with Jack.
No, I think it was determined that that doesn't count.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
It is actually like
that
here's a cow and here's a cow.
Yeah.
Now make babies.
It's the
Uh.
what's the term? Breeding or fencing or something?
I guess.
I know what you mean.
I know the person that does the profession of breeding animals is called a fancier.
I think it's rearing, in all honesty.
I think it is called.
And I'd also like to make efforts on leveling up that core strength skill.
Yes, that would also be a good one to level up.
Yeah, I haven't had much opportunity, especially when I've been fucking pregnant.
Yeah.
Not a time to go fucking trying to rip a tree out of the ground.
Yeah.
Exercising plenty of abdominal muscles, but not those ones.
Is that like really the main way for me to work on that? Is to like try to lift something heavy or rip a tree out of the ground or something? I don't know.
Essentially, that's the way that it was taught to you, so that's how the skill functions. Creating a new skill in the system relies entirely on the way that the person created it thinks it works.
Yeah, because it was like, you were there for that, right, Shadow?
What?
When they were holding up a building.
Yeah, it was like, here, hold this building up. What?
I think maybe.
I don't think Ivy was for sure.
It was,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was not there for that. That does not
Yeah.
sound familiar to me.
I think
Little
Shadow
Satsu was
still
straight up
Shadow.
holding up a building.
Yeah, I think that was back when Shadow was still Shadow.
And I mean, I did it for a decent amount of time too.
Yeah. Mr. Catchphrase was over there, just like, you got this, bro, you can do it. I believe in you. 5 more reps, you got this.
And I'm just like, why? It's gonna crush me.
Let the fear power you.
I was reading just a bit ago in the rules right around where tenacity is, which is interesting because of you've actually started implementing these on my character. The reactive instinct,
Yes.
I guess is what you've done with my character for 2 times so far.
Yeah. It's
Um,
you guys don't usually get close enough to 0 HP for it to really come into play, because I don't really... I'm not the kind of DM that throws impossible challenges at you. The creatures that are attacking you guys are usually some level of competence to either run away if they're severely outnumbered, or smart enough to talk to you instead of killing you if they think you're worth it. And you guys don't really go out of your way to fight things that are dumb enough, or things that think that they have such a big advantage over you that they don't care. Which
You
is
know what's
good.
funny? Is my other D&D game, anytime it's like, I would like to try to talk to the enemy. Yeah, they just say they want to kill you. Like, or no, they just say go away. Like, there's never any like real discussion. It's you either leave or there's a fight.
It's kind of like, fuck off.
But I mean, that's natural D&D where fights are expected.
I mean, that's
Cool.
just has to do with the kind of DM that's running the game. I haven't personally played in, but I have watched some episodes not like a full campaign, but like whenever it shows up on my feed of different D&D campaigns that are going on, and some DMs are very roleplay heavy, and some DMs are very role-play heavy.
I was looking at this meta, the inventory thing.
Oh yeah, that's... eh.
I'm not sure I quite understand all that.
That's a note that I need to expand into an actual thing later. It has to do with inventory management. And I'm just not really sure how to expand it into as of yet, because it's not really been something that's been an issue.
Yeah, I mean, my inventory is kind of managed.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we haven't really had to worry about the nuance of if something is inside a backpack where you can't get to it within 6 seconds, that would be in storage. Whereas something in your inventory is like maybe strapped to the outside of the bag or like on your belt or something where you can actually get to. But there is the conversion part down there for how to turn things into other things.
Yeah, what is WP?
Willpower. That's for your melee special thing.
Okay.
Yeah, let's if I scroll down to here, yeah, spending willpower. You spend willpower to go into a stance, and then the stances give you different bonuses and restrictions, and you can choose
Okay.
damage type and spend willpower to do direct damage. It's yeah, it's slightly different from the spending XP because you can spend XP to create stuff.
Well, back on to your original question, you already know my one concern that I brought up already.
Which
When you said, are there any out of character concerns or whatever? And it's, well, yeah. Why does Les seem to know everything?
oh yeah, that
Like, there was one time where he fucking was like going into detail about literally everything that would even be kept private, and that was just like, yeah, that's a bit much. Like, not even a spy from a distance would be able to catch some of that, and that bothered me.
yeah. There are some things that kind of get past, but this is kind of an improv game, you know? We can't
Yeah.
plan out everything. I can't keep him on a leash if he wants to divulge certain information, and once it's out there, well, we can't exactly walk it back without doing some kind of tedious stuff.
Should I just delete this priestess perk thing? Like, is that something I'll ever get back?
You might. It's worth it to keep it around just in case. Maybe in, like, I don't know, a notes section at the bottom of whatever character.
I mean, the only thing I have under there is the whole per day because I hadn't gotten too far in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that I don't have access to that.
Because that's kind of a tricky situation. While the name has been scrubbed, like, completely, if you
I
were
should have
to-
wished for memory of the name.
I was wondering if you were going to wish about that.
I actually thought about it, but like,
See, I had thought that there was also the possibility of you wishing for Satsu to be properly separated.
no. See, that's what I was referencing. That I don't want to make it too extreme, otherwise it'll fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
is-
that.
that
That
is
one's
way
an
too
easy
extreme.
one to screw up.
So no, I specifically avoided that one, and I was trying to go something simple.
For Tatsuya to be able to control the dragons at will, yay! No.
I also did not enjoy having to basically share the space with somebody else that waited until I made my wish to counter wish. That was kind of annoying.
Yeah, but you know, never had a three-way tie before, so
I know.
kind of
That
doing it
that's
on
why
the fly.
I
There
didn't say
were
anything.
literally no rules for it. It was just gonna be like a hiccup thing, and then we're like, well, you know, it should do something.
It was
We're-
interesting.
Yeah.
Recalculating my.
Just saw something in D&D humor. Just be sure to wear your most expensive suit to the interview. And it's like what they think they're telling me. It's like some fancy business suit. Those are rules as intended. What they were really telling me, my fursuit, rules as written.
Yep.
I was just recalculating my currency amount. I spent a lot less than I thought I have.
How much
Tetsuya has
still
no
have?
money.
A lot. A lot. I mean, I'm sitting on 161 gold for one.
I remember when we first introduced Yon, we rolled to see what kind of money she had, and it ended up with a freaking pile of platinum.
And Tetsuya has the complete opposite.
Yeah, but
He-
Yon
he-
turned out to be
Rich.
old and rich, but stingy. Like, she had a lot of money, but she never spent it.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty decent amount of money.
Yeah.
That's
I
enough
think that's
to
just
buy
the
you,
gold.
like, I don't know, a nice cottage away from all the action.
That when you were talking about large amounts of damage and stuff, that made me think of Yon and how I figured out how to break her with magic.
Mhm.
And basically, the thing that really put her over the edge was enhancement.
Yes.
Now I just gotta find a way to get Tetsuya to break so no one would be able to hit him.
Oh,
Is that
that's not
basically what
hard.
you're doing with the build?
Like, if you want to make it impossible to hit them, enhance your CDE.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be working on if I can.
Not hard. You only need one, maybe more skills to do that.
Yeah. It's like you're not gonna hit me.
You aren't hitting me. What do you mean? You're just not.
It's like you're not gonna hit me. That's that.
Yeah. So basically,
Because he's already
No.
difficult enough to hit as it is.
Yon basically her
But it's not
method is
impossible.
to multiply her spells by large numbers. And
Enhance is
with her new class as Mage Lord, since her most powerful spells do percentage of health damage,
Mhm.
she can just basically one-shot you in one turn, and if that doesn't work, her damage just repeats over and over.
yeah. There's a lot of different routes that you can go down to make your character overpowered if you want to go that route.
Mhm.
There's a lot of routes you can go down to make your character utility if you want to go down that route.
I still think it's hilarious that Yon made an appearance at the sci-fi campaign, a brief
Mhm.
one.
Very brief.
Just one pop.
It's like, close the door, close the door! Giant paw.
It's like, ah. Ah, no!
It's like, that's not a hand, that's not a hand!
That is
So-
danger.
It'll
I don't know
be-
if it's affected my rolls, but it probably has. Was I've been rolling to where it's been my box has been sitting on the edge of my bed and it's kind of kept rolling towards me. So I don't know, but yeah, when I saw that 12 multiplier and then an 11 multiplier, I was just like, holy sh!
It's like,
And then like it's like Wild Fury 1 reroll 1. Okay then.
Yeah, that was kind of amusing.
And I was like, I I only re-rolled that because it was a 1. I was planning on using rerolls on the tenacity die if they rolled low, because that's where the money is.
Now, on the tenacity thing, is it fair to have 4 in its current state?
I think so.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, it hasn't gotten used as much, but I mean, it could be nice for like, I mean, the most common scenarios where it would come into play would be like, all right, roll this, you know, to jump over this river. Ah, that's not quite enough. Let me roll a tenacity, you know.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you don't know what the difficulty of jumping across the river is going to be, then you don't
Yeah.
know if that
Yeah, that's
tenacity is
a
going to...
hard call. It's kind of like using the rerolls when you don't know whether or not it's enough.
Yeah.
I fuck myself over on that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm
You just hear me roll that. I'm gonna re-roll that. God damn it, it got worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's basically a double-edged sword. You could roll better, but then again, you could roll worse.
Yeah.
Unless you get a 1, then it's worth a reroll.
I'm just wondering if it might be worth it to classify different dice for what the tenacity could be used on. Say, if it's being used on an attack, you only get, like, a d4, maybe? And then if it's being used on, like, a check, then you get a d20, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense to me. I mean, it's definitely still in the works. But
It's-
like, yeah. But like, as you can see, I mean, having it as a D12 just literally amped my highest damage from like a couple hundred to almost 10,000 in an instant.
Yeah, but you were also using it on a multiplier skill, which is
2
obviously
multiplier skills.
yeah, which is obviously going to push it up a lot more than if it was just I take a pot shot with my 1d8 bow and I'm gonna roll an extra d12 on top of that. Like, obviously that is fair, and you only get to do it like once or twice before the combat's over, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's, alright, I'm gonna take a pot shot with my 1d8 bow, and then I get a Wild Fury of times 3 plus my 11 on top of that, so that's times 14. That's clearly a lot more.
Yeah, you're turning additives into multipliers, and that gets insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, that's kind of how Yon ends up doing enormous numbers. Is basically she's multiplying her attack by 101,
Hmm.
and that attack lingers 5 additional rounds, and then she can just repeat that the next turn, and so on until the damage is just building on itself into oblivion. She is basically a boss killer.
But like, I mean, it's definitely not a tactic I plan on like abusing.
Well, obviously
But-
not, but someone is going to, so we have to design around
Yeah.
it.
And
Yeah.
I mean, like, my particular situation was literally emotionally driven, don't fuck with me. Was kind of what spawned that insanity.
Yeah, which is
Yeah,
fine, that's
and-
thematic.
Another thing is with Yon, she can take the mana burn because of her racial ability, where she has been stealing life for decades and decades.
Mhm.
I managed to steal 10% of the health of what's his name? I just completely blanked on the name. I had it like 2 seconds before I was gonna say it, and then Sebastian. She managed to steal 10% of his health, and he's like level 3,000.
Yeah.
The highest thing I've quote unquote fought and won was a level 150.
Yeah, he was not actually something she fought. He was her mentor, her
Oh,
teacher. As a
I didn't fight this guy either. I won in Russian roulette.
It's a
But yeah,
marvelous thing.
basically-
isn't
That
it?
got me 3 levels though.
yeah, she
Even more.
she has in the original set, it was she would expend, I think it was 200 experience, and she would use her gem kiss to steal a life point from a creature.
Oh.
However, if that creature interfered with the process and ate the gem, that creature would gain the experience that she had expended.
That just brought up a quick question, Dark.
Sure.
What was the sharp bonus for my claws? Was it just like +1 or something?
Oh, if they were fresh?
Yeah, that fresh bonus, yeah.
Yeah, it's +1. Daglage.
Yeah.
So you know what I just realized?
What's that?
I got a new bow, got new armor.
Didn't get
But-
any stats for it, did you?
Well, that
No.
no, but that's not. I didn't get any new arrows.
You're
Yeah.
still shooting sticks at people.
I was wondering when you were gonna notice that.
Yeah,
The bow might have its own damage that it does, but the arrows are where most of it comes from.
yeah.
You can give someone a good whack with the bow if you want.
No. I'm not gonna hit someone with this nice ass bow.
You guys can enjoy the chuckle too.
What's that?
Just wait for it.
Oh, yeah, it's the pigeon. I've seen that. Just nope.
Hanging out.
Just wait, you'll see it.
You hold on tight.
Pigeon just hanging out on the wing of an airplane. Like, hey, yo, man, this is pretty neat. Did the hippie hop.
At least it didn't go
Oh,
into an
there he
engine.
goes. He just kind of slides off.
We weren't even going that fast yet.
No.
Yeah, there's just basically no friction there for it to hold on to. So.
Just kind of.
Why do guys named Timothy go by Tim when they could go by Moth?
Mothman.
I guess I can make a note about it in R&D that we should maybe take a look at how it's applied to multipliers.
I made a note in my character sheet of damage record 9,105. I like how he was like considering doing something against it, and he was just like, "No, Satsu would be pissed off."
Well, you would, but also they were a grunt.
Eren Grobbrag.
But yeah, I rage quit last time because it was I told Shadow, I don't know if you relayed it, but
Yeah.
it was like, okay, so I can do this, cool. So I start rolling dice, and then Ivy was just like, and I do this, and I was just like, fuck this, I'm out.
Well, it had been established everyone had gone except Amiko. So Amiko was basically the first one. Because in the session before, everyone had
Yeah, I
done
know.
something.
No, I get it.
All
No,
Amiko had done was reach down and touch the person.
Yeah.
I know you were getting stuff set up, and I basically got the go ahead to start this, and I was like halfway through dice rolls, and then you started doing your thing, and I was like, yeah, fuck this.
I had said, while you're rolling those dice, I'll get this done. Because all I had to do was roll one dice.
I missed that part.
Yeah, all I had to do was roll a d10. All I had to do was wait for Google to catch up.
Oh, I should stop recording.
Probably.
A whole extra hour of content for you there.